Good evening, football fans, and welcome to the Field of Dreams. It's senior night for your Oregon Mountain, and they are ready for another 6A district battle. Leading the charge for the Knights is junior quarterback Jaden Gonzalez, the dual threat playmaker, averaging 66 rushing yards per game with 11 passing touchdowns and 6 on the ground. He's the spark of the offense runs on. At wide receiver, Zeke Weir has been unstoppable, racking up 85.7 yards per game and finding the end zone with 8 times this season. When the ball's in the air, you know who's down with it. On defense, Diego Costa is the tackling machine, averaging 7.6 tackles per game, locking down in the middle of the field. And don't forget senior Jashawn Cladwell, the ball hawk with 3 interceptions, shutting down opposing quarterback all season long. The team has grit, they fought through every yard, every down, and tonight they're fighting for district pride. Now stay tuned for Football Live at 7 p.m.
Alex Venegas, escorted by his parents Jesus and Tracy Venegas. And now for our athletic trainers. First up, Aliana Aguirre, escorted by her mom Elizabeth Aguirre and Coach Mallory. Giselle Gonzalez, escorted by mom Jessica Gonzalez and dad Guadalupe Covarrubias. Natalie Rios Gonzalez, escorted by Auntie Stephanie Gonzalez. Jaylene Rogers, escorted by parents Chanel and Jesse Rogers. And now for your two-time defending national champs, OMHS Cheer. First up, Liliana Barreras, escorted by Timothy Barreras and Pauline Lopez Luz. Andre Kokit, escorted by Jeanette and Heaven Kokit. Bethany Garcia, escorted by Vanessa and Christopher Garcia. Liliana Hernandez, escorted by Teresa and Antonio Hernandez. Onesimo Hernandez, escorted by Kila Arzola and Teresa Hernandez. Zachary Lindquist, escorted by Brian Lindquist. Aubrey Lopez, escorted by Lizette Salazar and Christina Masters. Alex Romero, escorted by Araceli Romero. Brandon Valenzuela, escorted by Rosalinda Valenzuela and Ever Valenzuela. Sofia Valles, escorted by Janet Valles and Edgar Coran. And now for the RKR. First up, Lily Wheatley, escorted by Jonathan Wheatley and Spree Aubrey. Danica Almaguer, escorted by Paul Almaguer and Rosie Almaguer. Jacob Arias, escorted by Jesse Arias and Nicole Arias. Marisol Barajas, escorted by Alberto Barajas and Julie Barajas. Asael Chaires, escorted by Marcela Quesada and Leonardo Chaires. Maggie Coates, escorted by Patrick Coates and Emily Coates. Eric Diaz, escorted by Samantha Diaz. Noah Furta, escorted by Jacob Furta and John and Carrie Kilgore. Madison Ford, escorted by Michael and Lynn Ford. Mason Gardner, escorted by Grant Gardner. Diego Gonzalez, escorted by Jeremy Gonzalez and Desiree Gonzalez. Cadence Gonzalez, escorted by Jacob Gonzalez and Stacy Bustos. Daniel Hamilton, escorted by Paul and Tammy Hamilton. Lila Herman, escorted by Jeff Herman and Lydia Herman. Jonathan Hodges, escorted by Brian Hodges and Heather Hodges. Zachary Johnson, escorted by Jason and Sarah Johnson. Taylor Wados, escorted by Charles Wados and Amy Peterson. Melanie Leon, escorted by Santos Leon and Charlene Leon. Demario Medrano, escorted by Adam Cadena and Stephanie Alexander. Adrian O'Gean, escorted by Robert and Ashley O'Gean. Matthew Pacheco, escorted by Jacob Gonzalez and Stacy Bustos. Alonzo Ruiz, escorted by Alonzo Ruiz Sr. and Liliana Ruiz. Myra Saldivar, escorted by Francisco and Myra Saldivar. Liliana Silva, escorted by Sean and Sarah Silva. Kanami Takakawa, escorted by Ryan and Bonnie Knighton. Nora Talbot, escorted by Kurt and Diantha Talbot. Nathan Turkle, escorted by John and Elizabeth Turkle. Evelyn Vasquez, escorted by Enrique and Lisbeth Vasquez. ladies and gentlemen, one last big round of applause for all of your 2026 Oregon Mountain High School seniors.
Yeah, we saw
the
that.
lightning delay night.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, anyway, hey, Oregon Mountain, it's a rough year, but hopefully they can put it together. All I can say is you just got to hope you can put it together. We've said this. I've said this many, many times. And Jeff and I were talking about the Aggie game. I guess you could call it a game. The game that happened last night. Darn it. And that was a great example of the team that plays the best is the one that wins. The Aggies had a better team, but the better team doesn't win. The game that plays the best wins. And everyone knows that. And so Oregon Mountain, you never know. They might put together a big night. It's their last game of the year and put together a big night. They might play better. And there you go. You play better, you win.
Make some plays. They had a good first drive last week, and it stalled out on them. But, they moved the ball right out of the gate last week. They're kicking tonight. It's going to be Hobbs getting it first. And we'll introduce you to the personnel as we get going. The Knights, on a perfect night for football, are booting it away to the Hobbs Eagles. And here is the kick. And it sails to the 5, bounces, and it's taken at the 1. Here comes the starburst. They make the handoff. And coming left with the football to the 15, Eagles to the 20, to the 25, up the sideline. That's Beatty Braddock, or Braddock Beatty. I think I got it backwards. He's across the 42 to the 43-yard line. So the starburst works.
Down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and when, it takes a little bit of explanation. It's a little bit of razzle-dazzle on the kickoff, and Jeff has a perfect way of explaining all that. So when we get a break, you can explain what the starburst is. But it's kind of a little razzle-dazzle on the kickoff. It worked well, and by the way, it was a nice run up the sideline. So not only the starburst, but a great return on the sideline. So here we go.
They have a terrific quarterback, this Hobbs, Junior Madrano. And we saw an eyeful of him against the Bulldogs when the Bulldogs battled the Eagles. The Bulldogs pulled it out, but it was tight for about a half. And the first play is a pass play to the left sideline. It's caught, surrounded by Knights, battling after contact and getting close to a first down is Adrian Mora, the senior wide receiver for the Eagles. He picks up 9, and it's second down and a yard to go.
Yeah, nice sideline route and some nice running after that. I used to call that the hidden yardage. That's the yardage you get after a catch. Now, there's other words, the yards after catch, all that other kind of stuff, but got a lot of hidden yardage after the catch and got the first down.
1st and 10, going to the air, slings it to the line of scrimmage on a wide receiver screen to the right, complete, shakes a tackle, caught from behind, wrapped up as he crosses the 25, down to the 23 is Justice French, another senior wide receiver.
Yeah, and I'm looking for a number. Please turn, and I believe it's 2. There was an extra blocker over there. They threw it to the guy, the blocker out there. That play does not work. It's that quick bubble screen, whatever you want to call it. If you don't get blocking, you throw that play in the garbage. And I'll tell you what, number 2 for there you go for Hobbs did a great job on the block.
Braddock Beatty. Play action. Madrano going to the air, has time, throws to the back right corner of the end zone, broken up. Incomplete. They fall out of bounds right next to the play clock. He was going for Beatty, I believe. No, that's French. Covering him for the Oregon Mountain Knights was Ezekiel Gomez, and he really had blanket coverage on him.
Yeah, he did a very nice job. It would have taken a miracle catch because the coverage was absolutely perfect on the play. It wasn't fooled in any way. It was just a straight seam route, just right. Streak patterned up the sideline. Nice throw, but better coverage on the play, incomplete.
10:57 to play first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles at the Knight 23-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield with Madrano. He hands it off. They're going to the short side. Turned it up, cut back, shaking tacklers, and gets into the secondary and dropped down at the 13. That's a gain of 10. For the running back, Seamus Wright, who did not play against the Bulldogs. That's a gain of 10 for Wright.
Yeah, nice run. It looked like it was going to be a decent gain, and then, is it Rice? Is that his name?
Yeah, Seamus Wright.
That was a heck of a nice run after that, because it would have been stopped for about a 7-yard gain, but it turns out to be a first down on a nice run afterward.
Salas comes limping out. Chris Abada goes in on the defensive line for the Knights. 1st and 10 at the 13. Pass right side to French, gets a block from Beatty, and along the right sideline picks up about 7. Dropped at the 7, and it's second down.
Yeah, you got to give Beatty a lot of credit. That's 2 in a row. And as I said before, that guy that does not catch the ball, he has got to block. And if he doesn't block, that play could be nothing. And if he gets a decent block, you get a really good gain out of the play. And that's twice in a row. You got to give him 2 big-time pluses on blocking on that quick quick screen.
2nd and 4 at the 7. And back to pass is Medrano, and he's firing in the right flat to right, and it's tipped into the air and falls in the end zone incomplete. Well, it was on the way, and it looked like it was going to be a good connection, and he had to kind of twist to get it. While the ball was in the air, a defender closed. That was Diego Acosta.
Yeah.
And he got there at a good time and broke it up.
Yeah, Acosta did a nice job. Again, the coverage was very good. He was there right perfectly at the perfect time. And volleyballed up in the air, but incomplete. Nice job by him, by Acosta.
3rd and 4 at the 7. Here's Seamus Wright, grabbed by the shirt tail. He pulls a tackler on his ride. The ball's punched out late, but they're going to say he was down. He's dropped at the 2. That's a first down after a gain of 5 for Wright. And it's 1st and goal now for the Eagles at the Organ Mountain 2-yard line. 9:44 to play first quarter. Nothing the score, but Hobbs knocking at the door, Bob.
Yep, and nice tackle by the shirt tail, as Jeff said. But anyway, they're what, the 1-yard line, 2-yard line?
Reminds me of the tearaway jersey era. Here's
Yeah.
option, pitch to Seamus Wright coming left. He turns it up and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Hobbs. Seamus Wright with a 2-yard run, 17 yards on the drive for Wright and a TD. And the Eagles jump on top on the road, 6-0, 9:32 to play first quarter.
Yeah, you know, you don't see a lot of options. I'm surprised teams don't run a little more. And it's a straight option, speed option, down the line option, whatever you want to call it. There's no dive. All it is quarterback pitch. Quarterback did a good job when a defender came up and looked like he might go to tackle him. He pitched the ball to Wright. Wright came around the left side, and it was actually very nicely done.
There was a tee on the field, and they were going to go for 2. Is that what's going on?
It sure looks like it. Yeah.
Anyway, they stopped the game. They've got another quarterback in there. Snap back, rolling right, looking back left, throw into the end zone. Pass is broken up. The 2-point play fails. They were trying to hit Joseph Reza, and I think it was Jay-Sean Caldwell that broke it up for Oregon Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, the 2-point play fails. 6-0 Hobbs, 9:32 to play in the first quarter on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. Welcome back to the Field of Dreams. Jeff Matthews and Bob Sherman. Eagles went 57 yards. Let me see. 5 pass plays, not counting the 2-point play, and 3 running plays. So they ran 8 plays.
Yeah, Jeff and I were talking during the break here that actually the coverage for the Knights has been very good. There has been no one wide open. There have been a couple of very, very nice jobs done by coverage people, and so you got to give them a lot of credit there. Quarterbacks had probably a little more time than you'd like to have to throw the ball, but you can't really fault the coverages on the play because they've been very good. The tackling needs to be better because too many receivers are getting the ball, and then they're getting again. They call that yards after catch, rack. I've heard that, run after catch. I like to call that the hidden yardage. It's the yardage that you get after the ball is caught. And anyway, Hobbs is getting a lot of that. The tackling's got to be better for the Knights.
Beatty has it teed up at the southern 40-yard line, and here's the boot, little pooch kick. Short on sides, I guess, and the Knights fall on it at the 35, so they avert any disaster there. They're going to take over at their own 35 as they didn't kick it deep. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to play in quarter number 1. Welcome you listening on 98.7 FM, 98.7 FM, easy for you to say, Classic Rock. And welcome to those viewing on LCPS TV and those simulcasting our audio with their pictures done by the Las Cruces Public School students that put on these telecasts and do a very nice job. First down and 10 for the Knights at their own 35-yard line. They send 4, and it's a handoff. Romeo Jones coming right, fights for maybe a yard. No, it's not Romeo. That is Damian Avila, senior running back, picks up a yard.
Yeah, the Eagles, they looked like they were going to have a three-man line, which they did. They had a three-man line. And then they brought the linebacker that made the four, and he got a little bit of pressure. But there you go. Not much there. Pickup of about a yard.
2nd and 9. Knights have it at their own 36-yard line. 2-by-1 to the wide side to the left. They're creeping a linebacker up. They bring 4 again. And the quarterback, Jaden Gonzalez, pulls it. Then he fights off a defender in the backfield, heads up, and he's got the 41-yard line for a gain of 5. Pretty testy run by Jaden Gonzalez. Had a lot to deal with there. Did it well. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and again, the Eagles, it's the same thing. They've got a three-man line. Looks like they're going to come with 3. Then they bring the linebacker down. This time, they brought the linebacker to the offensive left, defensive right. The ball was run to the offensive right, away from the blitz, and fairly decent pickup. So Knights got about 3 and 4 here, 3rd down and 4 yards, and see what happens.
Line of scrimmage is the Organ Mountain 41. Handoff inside, big hole, popped at the end of the run, 1st down. That's Otis on the carry. They popped it right up the middle, and there was a nice hole there, and kind of a quick hitter.
Yeah, it was just a quick dive, and I was thinking they would use the slot. They had a slot on the left. I was thinking maybe they'd use him to block a little bit, but the slot had no bearing upon the play. It was just a give, straight up the middle, nothing fancy, and picked up a 1st down. So there had to have been some decent blocking, better than decent, some very good blocking on the offensive line there for the Knights. Picked up the 1st down.
Weir goes wide to the left. I can't see the number on the young man coming wide to the right, but they got a wide receiver to each side. 3 backs in the backfield, handed off to Otis, who was lined up as a fullback spot in their shotgun formation, their pistol formation. No gain. Tried the left side, and nothing doing. The Eagles won the battle at the line of scrimmage there. He might even have lost a yard. Yeah, he lost a yard. 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, a lot of blockers up there, and a lot of those blockers went right, and the ball carrier went left. And the end result of all that was a very good defensive play along the line for the Eagles, and it was a loss of a yard.
Weir wide to the left. They targeted him a lot last week. He's a really terrific receiver. They kind of got a blocking back, then the quarterback in the pistol, and then 2 backs behind him, and he hands off, coming right, diving with the football. Out to the 49-yard line is Avila, and he picks up 3. Good solid gain of 3, and that's 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, it's an interesting formation because they've got the quarterback, then they got a slot to the right, and then they've got a pistol guy, in other words, lined up right behind the quarterback and a guy to the left. So in so many words, they've got the quarterback and 3 blockers. Now they have changed that right now, but that's an interesting formation.
They're deploying 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 9 from their own 48. There's only 2 down defensive linemen. They're rushing 3. Jaden Gonzalez sends it out in the left flat. Avila tips it to himself, catches it, then gets ahead of steam, crosses midfield, and he's down at the Hobbs 46-yard line. Shy of a 1st down by 3, and it's 4th down.
That's an interesting play. The quarterback was running hard to the left like a sprint pass, and then the back was there, and he kind of just flipped it to the back, and he was in pretty good shape. I thought maybe something good was going to happen there. And, well, he came close, but it's going to bring 4th down and 3. And I don't see any punters coming in the game, so it looks like the Knights are going to give it a shot unless something happens here. You know, a lot of times in this situation, you try to draw them off sides. But, hey, we see what happens.
Gain of 6, 4th and 3 for the Knights. The Eagles kind of lunged, but they didn't get in the neutral zone. Good snap. Jaden Gonzalez hands off, gets up in there amongst the trees, does Avila. They ran it inside. He picked up a yard. They needed 3, nothing to it. Yeah. It's Hobbs football.
Yeah, just a dive inside, and it's all up to the offensive defensive lines to make something happen. And the defensive line did a little better job for the Eagles than the offensive line for the Knights. And they needed 3. They picked up 2. And so now the Eagles are taking over in very good field position at their own 45-yard line, and they're already up 6-zip on this.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 45. They send the left slot in motion, hand him a football, going right on the fly sweep, wrapped up as he got the corner turned and picks up a couple. Making the stop out there was Jayshon Caldwell for the Knights.
Yeah, Knights played it well. They tried to get to the outside. The end man on the line of scrimmage did not let the ball go to the outside. It was actually turned back inside. The inside pursuit did a nice job of getting over there. So very nice defensive play for the Knights. Pick up of a yard.
Medrano to the air, slings it to the far sideline. It's caught by French, who steps out of bounds right afterwards on the comeback route. They're going to say he went out at the 47-yard line. 2 yards shy of a first down, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I call that. I call it a sticks route. In other words, the end guy on the line of scrimmage passes the first down marker, comes back to the ball, and they are short by a yard.
3rd and 2, quarterback draw, and Medrano gets away, and he has the first down and more. He's across the 40 to the 39 to the 38. They had a shot at him. Him and just couldn't get him to the ground, and he got away.
Yeah, Medrano, he, as Jeff said, he got bounced in there, and I thought, oh, boy, the Knights have got him. Then all of a sudden he came out of that tackle and made a nice run out of it, just a plain old simple quarterback draw.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Medrano hands off inside, and in between the tackles, a little hole. Punch it for 3 or 4. The Knights gather him up and shove him backwards there, and there's a pile. On the carry is Jaden Taylor, the junior. That's his 2nd carry of the ball game. I think that was Taylor. Yeah. Was it Taylor?
Yeah. The Knights came with some pressure that time, too.
That wasn't Taylor. That was Hill.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, the Knights came with some pressure. It was at least 5. I think they brought 6. And did a pretty nice job, pickup of 3.
Line of scrimmage is the Oregon Mountain 34-yard line, 2nd down. They fake the fly sweep, going deep. Everybody's going deep, and the pass overthrown.
Yeah.
3 different receivers running streak routes.
Yeah.
And he had his pick. He went for Jaden Taylor, the middle of the 3, and overshot him by about 5 yards.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting because they got a receiver on the right, receiver on the left, a receiver in the middle, and the Knights kind of had to figure out, who we going to cover out of all that mess. And they covered the right guy, and the ball was not thrown real well, so it turned out to be nothing. That was kind of an interesting route.
That was like a Nerf football route out
yeah,
in the street.
whatever it was.
Everybody go deep.
Yeah.
Medrano fakes it inside, handoff, keeps, and he's loose. And he turns on the Jets, and he's pulling away. Touchdown, Eagles. 34-yard run. Nobody laid a finger on him, I don't think.
Well, he fooled them. They faked inside. Looked like the play was going to come to the offensive right, the defensive left. Medrano then pulled the ball, ran to the right. There was nobody anywhere near the sideline where Medrano ran. It wasn't like he had to really beat anybody because there was nobody there to beat, because unfortunately the Knights were totally fooled on the quarterback play, and there you go.
Kind of sums up their season a little bit to me. I don't do every one of their games, but the games I've done is the PAT is up and good. They win a battle, and then give up a big play. And there was the big play for the points. The PAT is good. That drive was 55 yards, and it's 13-0. The Hobbs Eagles with the lead. 3:36 to play in the first quarter on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. You're listening to Classic Rock 98.7 FM. Back after this.
Yeah, we were talking about the play that scored on, and the run came to the defensive right. Everybody on the defense went to the run to the inside, including the people on the left side who should have stayed there, and Medrano just ran around him. Now, ball's on the ground. Oh, it got picked up. Here we go.
Took 2 hops and then bounced right into the arms of the return man that was back deep across the 25 up to the 30. And that's where the Knights will take over at their own 29. Tomorrow night, it's Centennial and Clovis. And then a week from tomorrow is kind of the biggie of the regular season. You got Cruces and Centennial playing for the district championship. If Centennial beats Clovis tomorrow, they're a heavy favorite. Bulldogs are at Carlsbad tomorrow. They've been out of town for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Shotgun, Jaden Gonzalez out of the pistol, fakes a handoff. Back to pass. Now he's going to tuck it, coming left. Now he throws and drops it into the tight end along the sideline. He was bracketed, and he makes the catch and goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Nice, as a gain of 18. Making the catch was Rio Rivera.
Very nice play. They faked it inside. Medrano came to the right. I got the feeling he was going to run. And I kind of think that the Eagles thought he was going to run too. And the receiver snuck out. The tight end snuck out on the right on the sideline. And Medrano threw a very nice pass to him and picked up the first down. Nicely done play.
1st and 10 for the Knights at the Knight 46-yard line. Jaden Gonzalez looks to the sideline. We'll see if they changed the play. Couldn't tell. 4 Hobbs Eagles on the line, and a handoff up the middle, and Avala's broken into the secondary. He's across the Hobbs 40 all the way down to the 38-yard line. First down.
I'll tell you that's the second time tonight. There was no fake, there was no nothing. You just give the ball, and you rely upon your offensive line on the right side, especially from center guard tackle on the right, to make something happen. And they opened up a gigantic hole. I mean, there was just nobody even close, and a nice run right up the middle. That's the second time it's happened this evening. Big run on just a simple dive play.
1st and 10 for the Knights at the 38-yard line. Left flat, pass caught, 35, banged forward to the 31-yard line. Avala made the catch. That's a gain of 7. And
nice.
Jaden is 3 for 3 for 30 yards.
Yeah, nice play. The running back just kind of turns up the field, a wheel route, whatever you want to call it. It just goes to the outside. It's actually a screen. The ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Offensive lineman can block downfield. And nicely thrown. The coverage just was non-existent. Picked up another first down. The Knights close to a first down. It's second down, and what's that, 3, I guess?
Yeah, about
2.5.
Yeah. Handoff. Helmet pops off. I believe that's an Eagle helmet. And it's close to a first down on the running play up the middle, in between the tackles. Carrying the football was Romeo Jones. He's wearing 23.
Yeah.
And Jones gets to the 28, gain of 3. That's about what they needed.
Got a first down. The offensive line on that right side is doing a nice job. Again, Jones is running the ball. Other people have run the ball. Offensive line is doing a nice job of blocking. Nothing fancy. Dive. They needed 3. They got 3. It was a perfect play.
McGill comes widest to the right. Rivera is in a slot to the right. Offside eye out of the pistol. Romeo Jones takes the handoff. He darts left and glides left and drifts left and picks up 2. Found a soft spot over there for 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they run a lot of that pistol, and for people maybe not aware of that, the remaining back there, you got the quarterback, and then the running back is directly behind the quarterback, all right? It's not to one side or the other. Then you've got a slot to the right in this case. But so they like that pistol formation, and here it is again, the running back directly behind the quarterback, the slot, the blocking back is to the left.
2nd and 8 at the 26. Jaden Gonzalez back to pass. Now he drifts left, fires to the sideline, and he connects with Otis. Otis goes out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 3. There's a marker down.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, I don't know what the marker is. We'll find out. But it was a nice pass because quarterback is going to his left. It's difficult for right-handed quarterbacks to throw when they're, when they have to turn their shoulder, turn their hips and all that kind of stuff. And he did throw a very nice pass. And here comes the Whitehead. He's going to tell us what's going on. Was that a legal guy downfield, ineligible?
Yeah, I think that's what he was. I don't think he gave the right signal. I didn't recognize it, but I think it's an eligible man downfield.
Yeah. You know what? You got to be careful about saying illegal around here. We got the INS and Border Patrol and everybody else will storm the field. So let's go with ineligible, the correct terminology downfield. Anyway, that's a 5-yard penalty.
Moves him to the 31 and wipes out the completion. Stick says it's 3rd down. Scoreboard says it's 2nd down, but it's 13 to go at the 31-yard line. Jaden Gonzalez back to pass. Looks middle, looks right. Now he's going to tuck it and gets to the 29 before he's dropped. He got 2.
Had plenty of time.
So now I think it's 3rd down, but the stick said 3rd down, and they didn't correct the stick, so maybe I'm off.
What's the scoreboard say? I wonder if that's correct.
Well, that was 2nd down and 13 on the scoreboard.
It's third and 11 now.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So the stick staying at 3, he didn't flip it to 4, so they got it figured out. 4th and 11 at the Hobbs 29. They need the 18 for a first down to keep this drive going. And
maybe they're talking about it because I believe it's third. It's third, right?
it should be 3rd.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 11. So
yeah, what the confusion is the guy with the stick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying he was right or wrong, but he had a discrepancy with what was on the scoreboard. So I knew one of them was wrong. I just didn't know which one. But to me,
we were correct, of course. We're never wrong.
Yeah, because I had it both ways.
Take your choice. You had one of those. But this was a multiple choice.
Yes.
You take which one you wanted.
Exactly.
Okay,
because I wasn't sure. The thing is, with the penalty, I think they got the down over. Jaden Gonzalez back to pass, right flat. Romeo Jones has it. Collision. 2 guys bring him down at the 25. He gains 4. They needed more than that, and that'll end the drive.
Yeah, it's a swing pass to the right. Running back again, just running out to the right. And the Eagles did a nice job. They didn't let him get out there. It was a fairly slow play that to get going. Okay, Eagles were able to move to the receiver, and there you go. So, and I believe we have a
quarter ended.
Yeah, there we go.
At the end of 1, it's the Hobbs Eagles 13, the Oregon Mountain Knights nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. And I think it's 4th down and about 7 when we come back on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. Welcome back. Jeff Matthews with Bob Sherman. We played 1. It's 13-0 Hobbs at the end of 1. And the Knights have it 4th down at the 29. They've marked it at the 30. No, they marked it at the 25.
So it should be what?
I think they got the marked right. I think they're figuring out the change.
Yeah, they're setting the stakes. They have to set the stakes again, obviously.
Yeah.
So there we go. So this is a big play for, oh my gosh. That's a 42-yard field goal attempt. Wow, we'll see what happens.
Right hash. Snap is good. Jaden gets it down on the tee, and it's blocked, and the Eagles trying to scoop it up. And Jaden Gonzalez keeps the guy that was trying to scoop it up handy, and they fall on it at the 43. Now, they got penetration, and we'll never know whether he would have drilled it or not because he kicked it, and it went right into the chest of the Eagle, who was in the backfield. And the Hobbs Eagles take over at their own 43 after a blocked field goal.
Yep.
An attempted 42-yarder.
Poor blocking on the left side, unfortunately, for the Knights because the guy came on the defensive right, offensive left, and he was able to get in there and, he did the job he's supposed to get, so here we go.
Going to the air, Medrano, he'll run instead, 45-50, 45, bounces right at the 40 as he's hit and dropped at the 37 of Oregon Mountain, so a chunk play on their first play on this drive. Let's see what he got. 43 to the 38.
Yeah, Medrano, he wanted to throw, and then it just was so inviting for him off to the right side because everybody on the Knights defense was covering the pass. No one was thinking about containing him. And he said, oh, what the heck, I'll run it. Here we go. Now, this is an interesting formation, a little bit different.
Handoff inside, and right weaves his way. Now he's darting right. Across the hash, out in between the hash and the numbers, goes down at the 19. Another chunk play.
Yeah.
Gain a 19 for right on that run.
You know, they had 2 backs in the backfield, back on the right block. It's kind of like the old I formation play where you've got a fullback, you give it to the tailback. In this case, you got a running back, he blocks into the line, give the ball to the running back, he follows the guy that blocked into the line, and there you go. So, big gain.
2-by-1, handoff. Going left on a sweep, turns it up, and gets knocked down at the 13, and a flag comes in late. It's back at the line of scrimmage. Making the tackle is Diego Acosta, who gets up a little worse for the wear, kind of clutching at his right arm after making that stop. On the running back, who was DeMarcus Hill, a junior. Last time I looked at Max Preps, Hobbs was 3. Like they would be the 3 seed.
Wow.
They had beaten the Centennial in a close game
Wow.
a couple weeks ago. Holding against Hobbs. Now the Max Preps rankings are not
official.
The NMA has certain criteria, and Max Preps is computer rankings, and they don't go entirely by computer rankings. There's other criteria, so they're usually pretty close to how the seeds wind up. Holding penalty against the Eagles. Medrano going up top, over the middle, and the pass off the fingertips and incomplete on a post route over the middle. Kind of a short post, an intermediate post.
I guess it's kind of like the difference between a post and like a crossing route. It's not a 90-degree cross; it's like a 45-degree angle crossing route, and a nice fake up inside. And the receiver was coming from right to left. He was open. Medrano threw it too high, threw it over his head.
Second down, 20 to go. The line of scrimmage, the 29, and a handoff. And negotiating some traffic. Knights all over this running play. A gain of 3. Behind the left side of the line went Seamus Wright. He didn't get very far this time.
No.
And it's third and very long at the 26.
Yeah, they had a blocking back, but they actually sent the blocking back to the right, and the ball carrier went to the left, which is okay, but didn't do much.
Out of the shotgun, Medrano rolling right, fires downfield. It's caught. Was he inbounds? No, incomplete. French made the catch, but they said he was not in down around the 13th.
Yeah, and you know what? Good coverage again. The corner on this side, what's his number, 4? Is it?
Yeah, that's Ezekiel.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ezekiel
that was. I tell you, it isn't like there's wide receivers running all over the place. They haven't been. Very, very good coverage. The ball was thrown outside because the coverage man was really, really there, a little bit to the inside of the receiver, and it was out about. Now, oh boy, here comes another shot at it. Now this is the Eagles trying one from 42?
43, I'd say.
43?
Braddock Beatty to try a 43-yard field goal from the left hash. And we got a whistle and a flag. Delay game.
Boy, that's the last thing you want.
Yep. They've delayed the game.
Oh, boy.
It took too long.
Well, I don't think they're going to try any 48-yard field goals.
So that moves it to the 31, add 7:30. It makes it a 48-yard field goal attempt. And here comes major personnel changes.
Yep.
Now, do you go for it or do you punt? I think you're too close to punt. You're up 13-0. I think they're probably going to end up going for it.
Well, I don't know, boy.
They got to get to the 9.
That's fourth and about 22 or 3 yards, right?
Yep, 4th and 22.
That's going to be a heck of a pass to get it down there.
Junior Medrano drops the pass. They're blitzing. Now he sprints right and he wants to run. Flag. I thought a flag flew. 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5. He cuts back. Touchdown. Did I see a flag fly? No, yeah, there's a flag at the 31.
Yeah.
I did see a flag.
Yeah, I
thought maybe I imagined it, but there it is.
No, you know what?
Once they hit the turf, I have a hard time finding them.
I think I saw something flying around over there, and it's laying at the 31-yard line. And as it turned out, it was a nice run, but it could have been a nice run because there was also a nice hold.
And it wasn't a designed run. It was a pass play where he ended up scrambling.
Yeah,
I've seen some teams that had dynamic quarterbacks where maybe their best play would be call a pass play and then have the quarterback run.
Well, how about Diego Pavia? Let's try with that one.
Yeah,
let's try that guy. You know, he's actually in the conversation for the Heisman. You know that?
He was a junior when he got to New Mexico State, and he's been at Vanderbilt for a couple of years.
I think he's played 7 years.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Because he won that court case. Remember that?
Yeah, that didn't used to be a thing where you could play college football for 7 years. But
well, let me see. You got 4th down and so long. Probably to Mesquite.
32.
4th to Mesquite.
4th and 32.
4th and 32.
4th and Cholas.
Or 4th and Cholas.
Or even worse, 4th and Chopis.
4th and Chopis. 4th and La Mesa. This is not funny now.
They got to stop him.
This is serious stuff.
I mean, he just scored on 4th and 22, but there was a hold, so it didn't count. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know. Coach over there, we looked at his name, Steven. You know, that that play, I've said it before. I don't know what he's got in his playbook on 4th and 32. I've said it before. He's probably got an index on that playbook. He's checking the index right now. Where the heck is that one? Where's 4th and 32 in my index? Hasn't.
I think it might be call a pass play and let Medrano run.
You know.
I mean, it worked last time.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Come on, Knight.
They need the 9 for a first down. They're at the 41.
Yeah.
At this point, I think punting would come into the
that
equation. Oh, they're going to run a trick play. They're going to swing a pass out to Medrano, and it's incomplete.
Oh, get him.
Well, it bounced. They're letting him play on like that's a fumble. I thought that was a forward pass. They tackle him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He caught it on a bounce. Lots of whistles.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on over there.
Well, he got hit and taken out of bounds, and he got tackled out of bounds.
Yeah.
I guess there's flags down now.
Well,
First off, I thought that should have been an incomplete pass, but they ruled that it was a live ball, it appears. Then he gets tackled at the 26, which is well short of the first down.
Yeah.
But what are the flags?
Well, we'll see. I mean, that's a good time to try to run some little dipsy doodle something. And what the heck, you know? Let's just see.
So they ran it right, then reversed it, then threw it to Medrano in the left flat, then he caught it.
Yeah.
Well, he caught it on a bounce. That's where I thought the play should have ended. From my vantage point, I thought it was a forward pass, but the referees let him play on like it was a lateral. I don't know that the bounce
But
pass
did he catch it out of bounds, though?
No, he was well in bounds when he caught the bounce. And then he just continued on, and the Knights tackled him well short of the first down.
Way short.
But when they tackled him, the play went to the out of bounds with the tackle, and then it looked like the Hobbs sideline took exception to their quarterback being tackled on the sideline, and then I think there was some pushing and shoving after the tackle. And now we've got our first extended officials meeting of the night. We've been having a million of these this year where they met forever.
Here we go. Here he comes. See if it's a dead ball. He's got.
This is the guy that does not like to give signs.
Okay, here we go. Come on.
Dead ball. Personal
foul.
Oh,
Knights. My gosh. Guess who it's against?
The Knights.
Darn.
For the tackle? What about
what
about the incomplete pass they allowed to go forward? I thought they might revisit whether that was a fumble or a pass. So it's a 15-yard penalty against the Knights.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? The interesting thing is that if that doesn't give him a first down, it does give him a first down. Okay? Because on a personal foul, the end result of that, no matter what, is a first down. So if the play did not get him a first down, that did.
Well, they tackled him along the sideline, and the play ended up out of bounds, and I guess they
Now, wait a minute now. Who's got the ball?
Well,
we got it all messed up.
Yeah, Jaden Gonzalez has that quarterback. So the Knights get to keep the ball after the penalty stepped off.
Yeah.
No automatic first down with that. The penalty didn't give him a first down.
So in college it's an automatic first down, in high school it's not.
Did you think that pass was backwards or forwards? Going to the last play. The Knights stopped for no gain on this play.
Yeah, I thought it was I kind of thought it was more like lateral.
So you did think it was backwards. Yeah. I thought it was forwards.
Well, anyway, here we go. What we think is not important. The Knights did nothing on that play, and they got second down and 10.
Second and 10 for the Knights at their own 11-yard line. Yeah, there was no automatic first down with the personal foul they called because it was 41 to go. So the 15 yards tacked on did not give Hobbs a first down. Gonzalez back to pass. He's going to scramble. Yeah. He's horse collar down at the 11. That draws every flag the referees have. And that'll be 15 against Hobbs.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's kind of interesting in high school football. I didn't realize that because in college football, when you get a personal foul, makes no difference. It's an automatic first down. Dead ball, automatic first down. In high school, it's not. So they didn't get it, you know. They didn't get a first down, automatic first down. The Knights wound up with the ball, and now we got something else happening here.
Horse collar. He hasn't given us the signal yet, but I had the binoculars
did
on
you
it,
see him?
and he tackled him. He tackled him by the collar. No, I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not wrong. They did call the horse collar, but they also called a hold against the Knights.
So they wipe out one another, I guess.
Yeah,
so
offsetting.
Goes again. Oh, okay. All right.
So I did see the horse collar. I just didn't see the hold.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that one.
We'll replay second down.
Of course, Jeff's got the binoculars on him, and I've got very old eyes that don't see a heck of a lot, so I didn't see the horse collar.
Yeah, I don't watch much with the naked eye at football anymore. My elbows are a little sore from the Aggie game last night and binocularing the whole game on the table up there.
Oh, boy. Well, my heart is a little sore.
8:58 to play in the second
Ooh,
quarter.
there they go.
And the Eagles came into the neutral zone. They were in the forbidden zone on a hard count by J.D.
And
Gonzalez.
don't ask me.
Offsides against the Eagles.
That's a 5-yard penalty against Hobbs.
Right.
3 yards for the Knights, 50 yards in penalties against the Eagles. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 penalties,
That's
50
my-
yards for the Eagles.
That's my least favorite penalty in the world, but that's okay. We'll worry about that later.
When
I've
they
already
jump
said-
into the neutral zone
Yeah,
and don't
I-
touch anybody, Bob just loses it.
and he comes back,
And
it
you used
shouldn't
to have
be
to
a
call
problem.
that. You used to have to call that.
No, actually, I didn't call it. It was the other guy. I was watching the offensive guys. Anyway, here we go.
2nd down and 5 for the Knights. Backed up inside their own 20.
Oh.
Pass left flat, knocked down as Avila reached back for it, but he couldn't haul it in. Not a good pass.
Pass intended to
Nope.
Damian Almeida.
That's the first incompletion officially, at least kept by me. By
And
the
you know,
Knights. 8:46 to play in the half. 13-0 Eagles.
I don't believe it was going to go very far because the corner over here, number five was really right on him, and I think had he caught the ball, I think number 5 over there for the Eagles would have gotten him. But anyway, it was incomplete.
3rd and about 5 for the Knights at their own 16-yard line. Good snap to Gonzalez. Quarterback draw. Couldn't get it going. One of the defensive tackles stayed
Yeah.
home
Yep.
and wrapped him up right as he got going at the 17. Gain of a yard. I thought it was going to work when it started, but one of their defensive tackles really made a nice diving lunge at the ankles. I believe that was Jeremiah Mackey, the 5'11", 255-pounder.
Wow.
He kept him from getting a first down, because if he gets by him, he's going to get the first down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. I kind of thought, oh, boy, this is going to be all right. Oh, no good. Forget it. So here we go. Now, is this the first punt of the game for them?
Yes.
I think so, right? So we'll see what the punter can do here.
4th and 4.
Oh!
Snap is high. Leaps and snags it at the goal line and boots it away. Line drive kick that
Oh,
will be grabbed on a bounce. Good coverage, slung down immediately.
Yeah.
Weir down there on coverage.
Returned by Adrian Mora.
And
Yeah.
Mora caught it on a bounce, which kept it from bouncing again and again. So he saved him about 10 to 15 yards catching that.
Yeah.
And then Weir did a good job being ready to make the tackle once he did snag it.
Yeah, he sure did. It was a nice one-on-one tackle. A lot of times that does not happen. Had he not made the tackle, there would have been a lot more yards gained on that play. But Weir just came up, got him around the shoulders, and just kind of threw him on the ground. Very nice tackle. Very nice, sure tackle.
7:52 to play in the second quarter. 13-0 Hobbs on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Eagle football at their own 4-3, 4 wide receivers. 4 down linemen for the Medrano, drops the pass, gets some heat, steps up, he's running. 45, he's got the 50. He's got the 45, he's got the 40, and brought down at the Knight 35.
Yep.
Tackle made by Diego Acosta in the secondary, but a big chunk play for Medrano.
You know, the rush people, you need to get pressure, but you also got to stay in your lanes. And sometimes that's hard to do, but you got a certain lane. You got to remain in your lane. You got to keep like a little wall there. Medrano saw that one of those inside people on the left side lost his lane. Medrano took advantage of it and scooted for a big first down.
First down and 10 for the Eagles at the Knight 35-yard line. What they really needed is for the blitzer to get Medrano, because they got the blitzer on there free, and the blitzer got in the backfield, and Medrano eluded him.
Yep.
And we got a whistle. Delay a game against Hobbs, taking too long. They snapped it right about when the flag came. 55 yards in penalties against the Eagles. So tomorrow, Centennial and Clovis here at the stadium. And then Cruces heads to Carlsbad as they continue their tour of New Mexico in October.
Clovis is having a rough year too, aren't they?
Yeah, they beat the Knights a couple of weeks ago here in like a 30 to 23 game. Medrano dealing, keeps, slung down at the 38. Didn't get much this time.
Yeah. Got some pressure off the right defensive side. Medrano thought that he could find a hole up the middle, and the defender on the right defensive side, the defensive end, flattened down the line and got Medrano to his left. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, something bad's going to happen. Someone's going to get him. But you know what? He got around to the left in pretty good shape and actually picked up maybe I don't know, 7, 8 yards on what I thought was going to be pretty much nothing. So it didn't wind up too bad. So they've got the ball at their own, 31-yard line.
6:05 to play in the second quarter. Pistol with 3 backs in the backfield.
Yeah.
2 behind Jaden Gonzalez, 1 in front of him, who I think serves as basically an H-back blocking back. Handoff out to the 33. Avila getting a lot of carries tonight.
You know, they carry out, after the give to the running back, quarterback and the remaining back carry out a fake like it could be a triple option. And I'm not too sure that they ought to try it. In other words, they ought to go ahead and fake to that guy inside, quarterback come to the outside and get a pitch off. Now, that'd be tough here because they would have done it into the boundary, but do it to the field. Same formation here.
2nd and 8. And the
There you
reverse
go.
to
Oh.
Weir going right. The field's open, 35, 40, first down, 45, puts on a move, gets popped and slung out of bounds. Well, now he's giving ground, and they're going to throw him down back before the first down.
Oh, gosh.
Was his forward progress not ruled down way upfield?
Well, you know,
They're going to mark him back at the 38, where he slung him.
Well, you know, evidently on that forward progress thing, if in fact there's a gap, let's say he was hit and then he's on his own again. He's not being held by a defender. Then all that forward progress is off. Okay.
Yeah.
So evidently that's what
talking
happened.
about it.
And you know what? They did a nice job there. They ran what looked like the triple option. I just talked about it. Fake to the drive back, come to the outside with the quarterback at pitch. However, they pitched it to the wide receiver coming from left or right. So it was a very well-designed play, and it's kind of unfortunate the way it worked out because I'm like you. I thought he had the first down.
Well, he did, and then the defender kind of went to sling him out of bounds and threw him backwards, and he regained his footing and then continued back upfield, and then so
that's what happened.
The spot moved back 7, 8 yards. That was a disaster for the Knights.
Had he gone down right there.
Yeah. So it's 3rd down and 3, and the Knights have taken a timeout. 20-0 Hobbs on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. The acting head coach wants an explanation from the referee, and he's getting one because the play worked for a first down.
Yeah, it did.
Just the tackle worked against the Knights. You're listening to Night Football on 98.7 FM Classic Rock.
We are your local office technology partner. Locally owned and deeply rooted in supporting student athletes and local causes. With trusted Kyocera technology and unmatched service, we keep your business running. PTS Office Systems, 35 years strong and just getting started.
Third down and 3 for the Knights. So that play initially had a first down, but the way he was tackled reestablished in the field of play, and he gave some ground and
then lost some ground.
Then lost the ground, and now they've lost the first down. So they need about 3 on 3rd and 3 from their own 38. Hobbs showing blitz. Here it comes from the boundary. Handoff to Jones. Pops it through there. Steps out of a tackle. Still going.
Yeah.
First down up at midfield. Good run.
You know, it's interesting. The blitz came from the same place the back ran. The blitz came from the boundary, from the outside guy, and the back just kind of snuck underneath that blitz, and there you go. So they did pick up a first down anyway on a difficult run because he actually ran where the blitz was coming from, but the blitz didn't get him.
Got all the way to the Hobbs 49, 13 yards on the play, 4:20 to play in the half. Eagles 20, Knights nothing on the scoreboard. Rivera comes wide to the left with Weir. There's also a twin set to the right side, which is the short side. And back to pass, Jaden Gonzalez, and Jaden's going to tuck it, and he's going to run, and he splits a double team. He's got the 45 to the 40, and dropped a yard shy of the first down on the scramble. I think he made a good decision. Because, you know, they call a pass play, you want to pass it. Well, he did have Jones out in the flat, but he would have had to complete it, and then Jones would have needed to do what Jaden just did with his legs. So he decided to pull it down and run in that same open area, and they got 9.
Yeah, I think that he made the right choice, really, I think. Now, You know what you do back in the old days? You'd try to throw a touchdown pass, and then you'd come back and pick up the first down of the next play. That was the old days. They don't do it anymore. Here's that formation again. 3 backs in the backfield.
2nd and a yard to go. They run the play to
look at
Weir.
this.
Weir's going to throw. The defender has maintained contact with the receiver, and the pass underthrown and incomplete down at the 5. So they ran a play off the earlier play, the reverse that worked. Then they tried to throw a pass off of it on 3rd and 1. So they did what you suggested.
Yeah.
They kind of went for the whole enchilada there on 2nd and 1. It's 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah. If you're going to go for one, that's the time to do it, because now you got 3rd down and 1. You come back and get it. And actually, where they are, they could go 4th down and get it too. The idea was right, but you got a guy that hasn't got a great arm trying to throw a long pass, and I don't know. I think maybe I would have run that play with a little shorter route.
Weir wide to the left. Jaden Gonzalez hands off to Avila, bursts through for a first down at the linebacker level, gets popped. That closed it up in a hurry. There was a good hole, but it only worked for 2, but they needed 1. He really got popped by the linebackers, but they had a nice hole at the point of attack to get him the first down. And they got the new set of downs.
It was basically that zone play that everybody runs. Everybody kind of reaches, in this case, to the right. You give the ball to the guy. The guy runs it, either run a little bit outside, a little bit inside, and worked out very well. That's a standard zone run that everybody in the world runs. Here we go.
2:53 to play in the half. Eagles 20, Knights nothing. Knights moving it. Jaden Gonzalez takes the snap, trying the right side. Shoots through a tiny hole, then gets turned away, and then they land on him. And the guy that landed on him, they don't have his weight.
He looks pretty big, whoever that is.
They do have his weight. 6'2", 330. Gain of 2 for Jaden.
Well, I tell you, that guy, that looked like WWE stuff, didn't it?
Yeah.
Boy, he just pounced right on top of him. But the end result of all that is they did pick up a couple of yards. He got driven back and got pounced on.
He tried to smush him.
He smushed him, yeah. He smushed him, but he didn't smush him, enough to where the Knights didn't pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8 for the Knights at the Hobbs 36-yard line. Weir's wide to the left. Play action. Jaden Gonzalez, a lefty, fires, and it's intercepted at the 35, at the 40, at the 45, 50, 45. That's Caleb Blackman, the linebacker for Hobbs, returns it to the 42-yard line. There's a flag down.
Let me ask you, was that ball tipped?
I think it was.
See, I thought it was a tip, too.
There's a flag down at the Knight 45.
Yeah, I thought that ball was tipped. I thought that it was going to be a completed pass, and then it got tipped right into the hands of the defender. So what do we got here?
Well, they're talking about it. I've seen my share of officials meetings this year, and they're having to have another one here to discuss this because it might be complicated because there's a change of possession. Where was the flag? Did the flag come before or after it was intercepted?
Yep, all kinds of stuff.
And then where do we step it off from? The end of the run? Do we step it off from the flag?
Who still has the ball?
Yeah, all that kind of. This is a complicated one.
Okay, what's
blindside block against Hobbs, but it looks like it's eagle ball.
Yeah. I guess they've got that in, when I was officiating a jillion years ago, they didn't have that.
Yeah, you could do that. That would have been like, what a great block.
Yeah, back in the old days, that was a great block. Now, it's that blindside block where the guy being blocked doesn't have an opportunity to defend himself because it comes out of his vision, and there you go.
They need to step it off, but they haven't stepped it off yet. They're still sorting that out. I think they need to go back to the Hobbs 34-yard line.
That's probably a spot foul, I would think. In other words, it would be stepped off from where it actually happened. Well, now what are they doing?
They're stepping it off the wrong way.
Yeah, they went.
Why are they stepping that off against Oregon Mountain?
Why is it if it's a blindside block against Hobbs, right?
Apparently not.
Oh, gosh.
Blindside block against the Knights.
Oh, the Knights. Initially, they
signaled the other way.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why they stepped it off the other way.
Yeah.
That was against the Knights, not the Eagles. So they're going to get the ball at the 40. Wouldn't they have stepped that off from the end of the run then? I think they misadministered it. Here's Medrano at the 35, coming right 30. He's got good speed, 25-20 to the 15 to the 10, and steps out.
Yeah,
I think they should have stepped that off from the end of the run if that was against the Knights, which would have given Hobbs about another 10 yards. But that doesn't matter now. It was stepped off where it was stepped off.
Yeah, Medrano. But I tell you what.
30 yards on that run.
I don't remember seeing them before, but Medrano's pretty darn good. I mean, he runs.
Yep.
How tall is that guy? Medrano looks like he's pretty tall. I don't know. Does it have height?
6 foot.
6 foot, yeah. He's got some meat on him, and he's got some good height, and he runs very well. So there you are. The Knights are in trouble again at their own 5.
10.
10, sorry.
1st and 10 from the 10. Pass into the end zone for French, and he makes the catch, but then the ball falls out of his hands as he hits the back flag. The ball's laying on the ground, not in the receiver's hands, and they call it an incomplete pass. It looked like he had it for a second.
Yeah, it appeared, of course, we're a long way away, but it appeared like it was catchable. It was high. It had the appearance that it would have been a catchable ball, but it makes no difference. It was not caught, so here comes second down the ball at the 10.
1:37 to play in the half. Medrano going up top, fires into the back corner of the end zone for Beatty, and he overshoots him.
Yeah.
That was a complicated pass.
Well, they had a guy underneath. I thought they were going to throw to the guy that was underneath. Then they throw to Beatty, who came from right to left. He was running in the left-hand corner. I guess that was like a fade route. Well, I don't know what it was. Anyway, the ball was well overthrown. There was a guy that was a little shorter that looked like he was a better target, but it makes no difference.
He had a better choice. He went to the complicated one, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
3rd down and 10 from just outside the 10. Medrano gets rid of it in a hurry. It's caught by Beatty. Flags fly. Beatty hit at the 10. Beatty battles to the 7. This is going to be a hold on Hobbs. It was a wide receiver screen, and the Knights had a defensive back playing it perfectly. Mm-hmm. And then the Hobbs Eagle reached out and grabbed him. So I think this will be a hold that's going to move Hobbs back. So the Knights' choices are decline and make it 4th down at the 6, or accept the penalty and move them back outside the 20.
Yeah, and they run it again. So we'll see what happens here.
What cracks me up about this officiating crew sometimes, they got walkie-talkies, but about half the time they ignore the walkie-talkies and get together and talk.
Yeah. We've had, and again, we've had this official before, just to say, his signals are a little hard to get. I don't know if he just does it a little bit fast or something, but anyway, it's a timeout. Hobbs called a timeout.
Need to give him one of those things for his arms, like the basketball shooters wear.
Another color or something.
Yeah,
and
maybe it glows a little.
Anyway, timeout on the field.
Hobbs leads it 20-0 with 1:22 to play in the half on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. I have a hard time seeing his signals.
You want this?
Yeah.
You want that now?
Third and 20 for the Eagles at the Organ Mountain 21. They can get a first down at the 1.
Yeah.
4 wide receivers. Medrano sprints right, gets a little rush, has to change his route that he's going to roll out, and then throws into the end zone incomplete.
Yeah.
Good coverage. 2 Knights there on Justice French. Yeah. And it's 4th down and 20 at the 21 for the Hobbs Eagles.
The Knights this evening, when you look at the passes, it isn't like the secondaries get beat. They're not getting beat. I think the secondary's hanging in there very well. They had 2 guys. They had a corner and they had a safety on the offensive right side. Both of them were right there. I mean, that pass would have taken a miracle to be complete. And anyway, coverage was great. Oh boy, here we go. So now the ball is where's the ball? 28 is the 38-yard field goal?
Yeah, they got the tee down at the 28. 38-yard field goal left hash for a lefty kicker. And the snap, the kick,
good.
Got the height, has the distance, and he nailed it with room to roam.
Wow.
That thing went well past the crossbar.
Yeah.
He made that look easy. That's one thing that's come a long way, high school field goal kicking.
Yeah.
Some of these teams have really, really good kickers.
Yeah. And, kickers like it. For example, left-handed kicker, they like it on that left hash. Right-handed kickers like it on the right hash, okay? And it's easier for them. For some reason, it's easier for them. I really don't know why. I saw. Well, go ahead. And if we need a timeout, I'll tell you something kind of interesting when we come back.
Go ahead. Let's do interesting now. 1:09 to play in the half. 23-0 Hobbs.
There was a game that I was watching, and it was a 20-yard field goal. Okay, and it was on the right hash. And you know what they did? The team that was kicking the field goal took a 5-yard delay to move it back to make the angle less. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Because it took the angle, and it gave them another 5 yards that cut down on the angle. And I never really thought about that before. Then the guy kicked it beautifully. So they actually wanted that penalty to cut the angle. Worked perfectly.
Because in high school, the hash marks are wide of the goalposts, and in college they are too, not as wide. But
no.
Short kick taken by the Knights at the 34. They'll return it out to the 38. There's 1:05 to play in the half, and the Knights have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah. And it's kind of a shame, too, because the Knights have pretty good field position here. They're going to take the ball over at close to the 40. What, the 38? Where are they going to put it? 38, 39, 38?
Yeah, 38.
And if they had more time, they were in pretty good field position. But anyway, 1:05 to go. The Knights are down 23-zip. And who knows, maybe they can make something happen here.
Well, they got it at the 38. First down yardage, the 48. 1:05 to play in the half. 23-0 Eagles. Jaden Gonzalez drops to pass. Steps up. Defenders around him. Throws to Rivera. Reaches up.
Yeah.
Has his fingertips on it. Then gets popped and it comes out. Making the hit for the Hobbs Eagles is Robert Garcia, and he jarred it free. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Perfect play by Garcia. The ball was high, very catchable. Garcia timed it perfectly. As soon as the receiver touched the ball, Garcia popped him in the middle of the back, and the ball fell incomplete. So you can't play it any better as a corner than Garcia did.
58 seconds to play in the half. Eagles 23, Knights nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Jaden Gonzalez, now he's throwing to the sideline, the left sideline to Weir, and it's overthrown and incomplete. 3rd down and 10 with 53 seconds to play in half. He's missed on his last 3 after he hit on his first 4 passes.
Yeah, it's a little easier for him. He's a left-handed quarterback. He's running to his left, so it's a little easier to throw the ball that way, like a right-handed quarterback running to his right. But the ball was just well out of bounds.
3rd and 10 for the Knights at their own 38. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Weir's wide to the left. Shotgun with 4 linemen on the defensive line for Hobbs. They're going to rush 4. Jaden Gonzalez sends it out left flat to Otis. He has it at the 40 to the 45. First down. Steps out near midfield with 47 seconds to play in the half. That ends the streak of 3 incompletions. And it's a gain of 12. So he's thrown now for 46 yards. He is 5 for 8 for 46 yards. And there's an interception in there somewhere.
Yeah, the Eagles are kind of giving them that pass. The Eagles are playing deep, of course. They got a four-man rush. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys underneath and 2 deep. So they're kind of giving up. The corners are real. So they're going to give up little sideline routes at this stage of the game.
Jaden Gonzalez looks left, scrambles left, heaves it left, going down there for Weir. He makes an adjustment to the football. The defender roams past him. Weir makes the catch down at the 17. They try to wrestle the ball away from him. They can't, and he's dropped, and it's a big play.
How many times do you see a bad pass turn into a great pass? The ball was very short. The 2 defenders run past the ball. Because they don't have their eyes totally on it. The receiver's got his eyes planted on the ball. He stops, come back. The 2 defenders go by him. He comes back and catches the ball and gets out of bounds. You see it all the time on a very good play by the receiver on a poorly thrown pass.
And that's how that back shoulder fade was invented, right? And then they started doing it on purpose, and then you do it with NFL quarterbacks, and it's lethal.
Yeah, that's a good point.
35 seconds to play in the half. The Knights have taken a timeout. We'll keep it here.
Do they have
We're
another?
nearing halftime.
I can't see the dots. Do they have another time? They got another timeout.
Yep, they've got one timeout left.
Yeah, okay.
With 35 seconds to play in the half, and it's 23-0. The Hobbs Eagles lead the Oregon Mountain Knights, but the Knights are in the red zone now.
Yeah,
after
they sure
that
are.
33-yard completion from Jaden Gonzalez to Weir.
Yeah.
Perfectly thrown, underthrown, badly football to Weir.
Yeah, and Weir did something that was right. He picked up as much yardage as he could. Then what did he do? Got out of bounds, which is perfect. That's what you want to do.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 17 of Hobbs. Good snap to Jaden Gonzalez. He's firing for Weir, and he got his hands on it, but it's incomplete about 4 yards into the end zone along the sideline, left sideline.
Yeah.
Second down.
Thrown too far to the sideline. And by the way, there were two defenders there. It wasn't like anybody was fooled on it. And
it
ball was thrown out of bounds.
got to him, but it was drifting out of bounds. It was a tough chance. Boy, look at the band props in the end zone. I don't know if you can see them on the radio, but they've got some elaborate band props ready to go.
They've always had, I would have to say this, Old Oneonta or Mountain, whatever, Oregon Mountain, they've always had a great band. Here we go. 2nd and 10,
Jaden Gonzalez drops to pass. Now he's scrambling straight ahead, and he's dropped at the 16.
Yeah. Might need to use a timeout here. Yeah,
gained
they did.
at the 14, I beg your pardon. He gained about 3. I said the 16, it was the 14.
They did use their last timeout here.
Timeout with 21 seconds to play in the half. And we'll take this 30-second break. You're listening to Night Football on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. Yeah, to my peripheral, I looked into the end zone and I saw the inflatable helmet.
Yeah.
And then I thought that they had built them elaborate tunnels, and then I realized those were the band props for a little later. That's look at that painting job they did.
Yeah.
That's some pretty good painting.
They got a lot of, they've always had a very good band.
$23-0. Hobbs leads Oregon Mountain. The Knights have it to the Hobbs 14, nearing halftime. They're out of timeouts now. That was the last night timeout. It's 3rd down and about 7 at the 14. Here comes the blitz. Yeah. Jaden Gonzalez back to pass. Heaves it over the middle, and it hits at the back line. There's nobody near it. Yeah. It's incomplete. Yeah. And it's 4th down and 7 now at the 14.
Safety had good coverage, too.
They blitzed. That got the clock going in his head. They actually picked up the blitz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
He could feel the heat anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that clock in your head's like, got to get rid of it, got to get rid of it, got to get rid of it. They're blitzing. Even though they did pick it up, and I think he had a little more time, but he could feel that they had sent a blitzer or two. So they're going to go for it. 4th down and 7 at the 14. They need the 7 for a 1st down. Jaden Gonzalez gets rid of it, throws to Weir. He's got one-on-one coverage. He makes the catch. He's in! Touchdown! What a grab. They got one-on-one coverage on Weir, and Jaden threw it up to him, and he made the catch.
Coverage was great, and he beat the coverage guy. Both guys leapt for the ball. Is that a word? They leaped or leapt or whatever the word is. And Weir was just a little bit higher than the defender. The defender was right there, got it at the top of his jump, and it was a perfect pass, perfect reception, beautiful play.
14 yards to number 14, Weir. There's a flag down. It came after the play.
Oh, okay.
He threw the flag at the sideline. I think the celebration has drawn a flag. And I don't know what was going on over there. They were turning the lights on and off, and I couldn't have seen it. If I was looking.
It is a touchdown, so that part, dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Okay. Now, you know what, though? They can take that. Now, the half is over. You could take that on the kickoff, too, but they'll probably go ahead and drop them back, and that would be, 15 yards with the ball on the 3? So they'd have to do it from the 18. Is that correct?
Yep.
See, now, if there was all kinds of time left, then I think you'd take it on the kickoff. But they're not going to do that.
It makes the extra point more difficult, that's for sure.
Yeah,
they're leaving the ball at the 3, so they must be taking it on the kickoff.
Yeah, but look, with 10 seconds, why would they do that, I wonder?
And the Knights are going to go for 2. Now the Eagles maybe wish they would have taken the penalty now rather than on the kickoff, because they'd be at the 18 instead of the 3. This is a 2-point play. The ball's at the 3. Good snap to Gonzalez. Back to pass. Has some heat. Fires, and it's broken up at the goal line.
No.
Nice play by the defender. That's Javen Hernandez. If he gets over him, Otis was wide open right behind him. But good defensive play. 2-point play fails.
Let me ask you something. In high school football, had he intercepted that, could he go the whole way? Can you still do that? Or
I think
it's dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think they have that ability to go the whole way down the field.
So the Knights score with 10 seconds to play in the half. It's a 14-yard pass from Gonzalez to Weir. Yeah, they got single coverage.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times he draws double coverage, but he didn't on that particular play, and the Knights took advantage. So good play call, good pass, good catch, and apparently a really good celebration. Drew a flag. I'm not sure what they did.
Well, they had a nice drive. They did it. You know, it's just like you say. They do so many good things, and then oops, there's an oops in there that screws up the whole thing. Then they'll have some great plays. Then there's another oop. Oh, they screwed up. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a shame. It's kind of a shame.
They're playing well without Kenny Sanchez tonight. He's sitting it out. So the assistants are running the show, and it's 23-6. The Hobbs Eagles lead the Oregon Mountain Knights.
I would guess you're going to see another high outside or a squib kick. You're not going to give an opportunity to run back a kickoff.
They kick it deep.
Yeah, they did kick it deep.
And they had been penalized. The kick was caught at the 20. They're running the starburst, and it's French going left.
Oh,
and French busts through
Look
there.
At this.
50,
Look at this.
40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. That's what you were afraid of.
You didn't listen to me. You should have been on 98.7, right? Their headset is on the wrong channel. I said don't do that.
Keep it away from the starburst, you were thinking, huh? French returns it for a TD. No time on the clock.
Oh, boy. There's a good, you know what? There's a great example we were just talking about. They put together a great drive. They had a great catch. Everything looked really good. And they had all kinds of good success. And then here comes the oops. And the big oops is how long was that thing about?
75 yards.
75 yards.
He caught that about.
You should have just squib kick it. Or they've been high on siding it all night. Just put it nice high on side, make the guy fair catch it at the 35 or 40-yard line, and that's it. They got one play and the quarter's over.
PAT is good. It's halftime. Hobbs 30. Oregon Mountain 6 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. It'll be Oregon Mountain football to begin the third quarter. You're listening to high school football, the Knights and the Eagles on 98.7 FM Classic Rock.
This November, Las Cruces Public Schools will have two very important questions on the ballot. General obligation bonds and mill levy renewals pay for important upgrades to our schools, like new construction, better security, and my favorite, playground equipment. Protect your investment when you head to the polls, and remember our students. Early voting begins October 7th. For more information, visit lcps.net.
The Artesia return guy actually did the right thing because it looked like that ball was going to go into the end zone, which of course it does. It brings it back out.
Did you say the Artesia guy?
But it kind of died there. And had he stood around and looked at it, Hobbs would have jumped on it at the 2-yard line. So he really had no choice. The ball did not cooperate and go into the end zone.
Yeah, I think you said the Artesia guy did a good job returning it. Have the Bulldogs. All right, night football at about the 13 is where they're going to start this drive. See if they can build off of their last drive of the first half where they scored with 10 seconds to play in the second quarter. Jaden Gonzalez fields the snap. Hands off. Otis going right as a blocker. 20. He's got the 30. Wrapped up to the 35. Still going to the 40 and dropped at the 41-yard line. And he was being assaulted along the way. Good game.
Nice run. It was off the right side. It was an off tackle. It wasn't a sweep. It was a ball that went inside the end man line of scrimmage, and it was just a wide open hole. And wow, nice run and nice blocking, nice everything. It picked up a gigantic gain here to start the first play of the second half.
Gain of 28. And it's 1st and 10 for the Knights at their own 42. They break the huddle. I love the huddle. A lot of teams don't huddle anymore. I think there's value in the huddle. 1st and 10. Fake handoff from Jaden Gonzalez, and he's going to keep, and he's into the secondary as he's dropped up near midfield. That's a gain of about 8. Second and short.
Two good plays to start it. And as Jeff said, there was a fake for the running back, went from right to left, and quarterback kept it, ran back off to the right, and found some room. It wasn't really a sweep. It was really kind of an off-tackle thing again, and picked up nice yardage on the play. So the first two plays of the half for Oregon Mountain turned out real well. They've got second down and what's that, 2? Second and 2?
Yep, they need the 48 of Hobbs for a first down. They're at midfield on the right hash. They're going right to left from our vantage point. 3 wide receivers to the left for the Knights. They're going up top. Blitz is on. Gonzalez backs up, buys some time, and then fires a strike for a first down to the right sideline at the 41-yard line.
Wow.
Yandel Molina, the tight end, hauls it in for a 10-yard gain.
And I'll tell you what, Gonzalez was under tremendous pressure. He was backing up when he threw that ball. He couldn't put his body into the throw. He was backing up and threw a beautiful ball with a lot of speed on it, a lot of force on it, to a receiver that was well open. But I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a throw off his back foot.
1st and 10 at the Hobbs 40-yard line. Handoff to Romeo Jones. He was looking to go left, and he cut it hard right and gets wrapped up by Adrian Mora, the 6'1", 165-pound senior defensive back, came up to the line of scrimmage and made the stop for no gain.
Yeah, he made a bad choice, but that's the way it is. I mean, it's tough to make choices when someone's right on you. But he was going left. He said, well, maybe I could make it to the right. He went lateral to the right. When he started going lateral to the right, he's running to the sideline, and he could never get his shoulders turned north and south and got popped for no gain.
2nd and 10 for the Knights at the Hobbs 40-yard line. Good snap to Gonzalez. 3-step drop. Fires over the middle, and the pass tipped. Is it intercepted? No, the back judge says incomplete. Said it hit the ground. A juggling attempt at an interception by Leo Hawkes, the defensive back.
Yeah.
And the pass incomplete, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Knights at the Hobbs 40 with 9:33 to play in the third quarter. 24-point lead for the Eagles.
Yeah,
on the road.
The receiver, well, the ball was thrown more at Hawkes, a defensive back, than the receiver. To be honest with you, I didn't even hardly see the receiver. I saw the defensive back with the ball, and I thought maybe he had it, but he did drop it.
3rd down and 10 for the Knights at the Hobbs 40-yard line. Low snap. Gonzalez handles it, dancing in the pocket, fires long. He's got 2 receivers and 2 defenders. They yank down Weir, and then they intercept it. And the tackle made at the 5. That's got to be pass interference against Hobbs. And I do see a flag at the 5.
Yeah,
so they called it
there. They threw it there. Yeah, he got beat up pretty good. That receiver got beat up pretty good on the side. And the flag came in at the right time, and that's what it's got to be. That'll
be a 15-yarder against the Eagles and keep the drive alive.
That's a heck of a long pass too, boy. And the thing is that ball was high. It seemed like it hung in the air for forever. And well, anyway, end result of all that was a pass interference. So this first drive here for the Knights is working out pretty well. They got the ball down at the right hash at the Eagle 25-yard line, and they're moving the ball well. So we'll see what happens.
1st and 10 for the Knights at the Hobbs 25-yard line after the 15-yard penalty for pass interference has stepped off, and a new set of downs for the Organ Mountain Knights. 2-by-1 to the left, that's the wide side. Jaden Gonzalez fields the snap, hands off. They moved him back off the ball to the offensive line here. And a gain of 5. Helmet comes off after the play. Jones on the carry. One of the big defensive linemen lost his hat. I thought the Knight offensive line just shoved him back about 4 yards.
Well, they did a good job, but they also had another blocker in there, so they had an extra blocker. The Knights offensive line did a nice job. It wasn't anything fancy, good blocking, good blocking by the remaining back, and boom, there you go. You got a 5-yard gain. I tell you what, the Knights are on the move here. They're looking good. They're now at the Eagles' 20-yard line.
2nd and 5 for the Knights. The ball at the Hobbs 20-yard line. Jaden wanted to throw. Now he's going to reevaluate. Throws anyway to the sideline, complete. Close to a first down. Making the catch, Rio Rivera, the senior. He's about a yard shy of a first down. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he had to scramble to get out of there. There was some pressure on him. And the left-handed quarterback moved to his left, which is the thing you want to do. It's a little easier to throw when you're to your left when you're left-handed. Threw the ball right on the money. Nice job. So 3rd down and run. The Knights have got a good darn nice drive going here. The ball at the 16-yard line of the Eagles.
8:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. Knights with a nice drive going. Receiver to the right. Jaden Gonzalez is going to keep going right. Bounces it outside. Gets hit short of the first down. Trying to fight for it. I don't think he got it. I think it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. He needed a full yard. He got a little bit, but he didn't get a full yard.
Yeah, and from up here you could say, oh, he should have done this, he should have done that. He had a blocker in front of him, and I kind of believe that had he followed that blocker, he might have got it. But what he did, he decided to bounce to the outside again, and when he did that, he's moving to the sideline. He's moving east and west instead of north and south, and in that situation, he needed to go north and south the whole way. And it's real easy to say that from here, but from his vantage point, he thought he was doing the right thing, and he really didn't. So it's less than a yard here.
Oh, they called it a first down?
No, I don't think so. They got 4th and... Oh, my God. Wait. Oh, look at that.
Favorable spot.
Yeah, gosh. I think they made out like a bandit on that one.
Yeah, I thought it was 4th and,
a
quarter of a yard.
4th and a foot. Anyway, here they go.
1st and 10.
Knights are moving.
1st and 10 at the 15. Night shift. Jaden Gonzalez wants to keep nowhere to go, so he's stalled in the backfield, and they get in on him and drop him for a loss. There was just nowhere to go. Loss of 2.
Yeah. He started a step forward. He kind of took a step right. He took a left. What am I going to do? In the meantime, the defense caved in on him. Wound up being a loss of a yard.
I mean, I guess you could say make another decision, but there wasn't really any good decisions to be made.
There wasn't anything to be done. That's exactly right. He had no choice.
Couldn't go left, couldn't go right, couldn't go straight ahead, and they were in on him. So it's 2nd and 12 at the Hobbs 27-yard line. Jones in the backfield with Gonzalez. Otis split wide to the left with Weir. Gonzalez back to pass, gets rid of it in a hurry. He's throwing it up for Weir, and it's incomplete about a yard into the end zone. Jump ball by design. Weir battling Robert Garcia, the defensive back, and the pass falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a risky throw. Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, the defensive back and the receiver had about the same opportunity to catch it, and neither one of them caught it. That was a pretty risky throw. Did not work out. So they're going to have to make something happen here. They got 3rd down and 11?
12, I'd say.
3rd and 12.
They need the 5. They're at the 17.
Yeah.
Ball's on the right hash. They're breaking the huddle with 6. With 5, 4, 3. They might want to take a timeout here. 2.
Oh.
Well, they got it off. Hand off to Romeo Jones, and he's slung down at the line of scrimmage, no gain, and it's 4th and 12.
Well, no, there's no doubt about who won that battle at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles just pounded old Jones, and he never even got close to the line of scrimmage. Well, I guess maybe he got to the line of scrimmage and he just got thrown right on the ground. Another one of those WWE moves, and nothing. So here we go. Here comes a play coming in. We'll see what happens. They got a long way to go. They got 12 yards. They got to get the first down at the 5. See what they got up their sleeve here.
It's 4th and 12. 2 receivers to each side, no tight ends. Back to pass Gonzalez.
Ooh.
Blitz is on. Gonzalez throws it up. He's got a man open, but it's underthrown and incomplete. He just didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
They actually had open receivers, but Gonzalez needed another click. And the Eagles sold out. They brought the kitchen sink, and it was enough to discombobulate him to keep him from connecting, because if he had just another count to gather himself and throw accurately, there were a couple of guys open.
Yeah, well,
that's why you blitz, right?
There was one guy on the sideline, and he was well open, but unfortunately, as Jeff mentioned, too much pressure, couldn't get anything behind the ball, and had no chance. Here we come.
Eagles at their own
Screen.
17, middle screen, caught at the shoe tops.
Yeah.
Taken down at the 23. It's a gain of about 6.
Yeah. It was, to me, it was kind of a middle to the left screen. It wasn't all the way out to the outside, a little bit to the left. Very definite screen pass, get the offensive lineman down there to block in front of him, and a pretty nice gain on the play. Picked up 7. Here we go.
Medrano's going for it all. Receiver has a couple of steps. He dropped it in there. Nice adjustment while the ball was in the air. It's Mora, and he's going to take it all the way for a TD. 77 yards.
Boy, that was one of those highlight reel throws. Medrano had time. He just put the ball in the perfect spot. And who was the receiver? Mora. And Mora caught it in complete stride. He didn't have to slow down. Ball sailed right over his head, exactly where you want it, and it was just perfect. It's kind of one of those perfect things that you, as I say, a highlight reel, long touchdown pass, perfect.
So the PAT attempt coming with 5:03 to play in the third quarter, and the boot is away, and the kick is good. Well, the Knights give up the big play. The guy had about 3 or 4 steps. It still required a terrific pass from Medrano, but another big play, this one for Hobbs, a 77-yard TD pass from Medrano to Adrian Mora. And with 5:03 to play in the third quarter on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard, Eagles 37, Knights 6 on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. Welcome back, Jeff Matthews and Bob Sherman. Hobbs has opened up a 37-6 lead. 5:03 to play in the third quarter on the scoreboard. Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. And here is Beatty's kick, and it'll sail to the 10. Knights to the 15, to the 20, 25, and it ends there after 26.
You know, it's kind of interesting. Oregon Mountain, the Knights, they put together a nice drive. Bang here, nice play here, there. They look really good. And it's like we've been talking about all night. They look really good. They look really sharp. Look like something's going to happen. Here comes Hobbs. They throw one play and it's a touchdown. It's like, it's like it's not fair. It's almost like not fair. But that's the way it is. I tell you what, the Eagles have a heck of a team. There's no doubt about it. You can't have a better throw and catch than the one that they just put together.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Knights at their own 27-yard line to start their second drive of the third quarter. Gonzalez fakes a handoff, keeps, finds a seam, and gets slung down at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle.
Making the stop for the Hobbs Eagles is Davian Villegas.
That was number 74, right?
33.
74 was in there someplace. That 74 looks big.
They've got some defensive linemen.
Yeah,
I mean,
they got some size.
Yeah.
Look at 74 and look at the guy to his left.
They look like a football team up
Yeah,
front.
they do. I mean, they're the ones that you put on the you get off the bus first because they really look good.
Jaden Gonzalez back to pass. Jaden fires, threads it in there, broken up at midfield. Good looking pass. Not able to hold on was Molina, so the pass goes incomplete. I remember Coach Henson one time told me about basketball. He said, they look good in the airport.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's the first guy's off the bus, and and all that. By the way, number 24 over there has a heck of a job because the ball could have been caught.
Robert Garcia.
And Garcia just came, and it was another perfect timing. Ball was caught, and he hit him exactly at the right time. Jarred that ball loose. Can't do it any better than that.
Weir wide to the left, trips
no.
to the right. Defensive end came charging across. The right tackle for the Knights raised up to block him. And a flag is flown. Walkie-talkies are being employed for communication. And they're going to step it off against.
Step it off against Hobbs, against the Eagles. It better be. I thought the Eagle guy was first. Yeah. The offensive guy for the Knights was just protecting himself because the Eagle guy was way. I mean, that's the way I saw it. Are they talking about it now?
Yeah, we can't ever have a quick penalty step off.
Ever forget.
Ever.
Forget everything.
Now the walkie-talkies they have. Now we got a 3 official meeting.
Well, now we have to have. Well, they have to figure out who moved first. I guess. Here we go. Come on, give us a good signal. What do you got? Give us a good signal. Has he given a signal yet?
No. Don't.
Okay, that's the way it should have been right from the start. In other words, it should have been an offsides, encroachment, or whatever you want to call it. The whole problem was the Eagle guy came across, and the Hobbs guy was just protecting himself, and that's what it looked like from here, and that's the way it worked out.
We never got a signal, but they stepped off 5 yards against Hobbs.
Comes
Low
pressure.
snap.
Wow.
Gonzalez back to pass. They're setting up a screen to Weir. Weir has it. First down. They've gathered up and gang tackled him at the 45. They're stripping at the ball. Where are they going to give him forward progress?
Better be way the heck up here. I'll tell you what.
About the 42 is where they marked him down. Gain of 6 is all.
The play was perfect for what happened on the defense. The Eagles came with pressure. They came with like about 6 guys. And the best thing to do is run a screen. Let all those 6 guys get in there, run a screen pass to the right. All those 6 guys can't help anymore because the ball just got out to the outside, and you got a couple of offensive linemen that can block. You can't have a better play called for the defense that was called. So they worked it perfectly and got first down out of it.
First and 10 for the Knights at their 41 is where they spotted. They pulled that back about 4 yards. Romeo Jones takes the handoff.
Yeah.
Can't find any real estate to get north-south. Making the stop was Benjamin McNeese. No, wrong. Dylan Sanchez, 5'7", 260. Defensive lineman wrapped him up. Romeo Jones, just for comparison, is, well, the Knights don't list heights and weights, but he's just a sophomore, and he's not tall, and he doesn't weigh a lot.
He doesn't weigh a lot. They tried to bring the slot across the block, but there was so much congestion that the slot couldn't find anybody to block, and the whole play was a disaster right from the start.
Trips to the right. Pistol. Jones behind Gonzalez. Gonzalez drops to pass. Firing over the middle, and he overshoots him, and it's intercepted by Garcia. He's bringing it back. 40. 45, popped at the 50, keeps his feet.
Oh, man.
45-40, 35-30, 25-20, and he's got the 15 down to the 14. There's a flag down, though, way upfield.
I'll tell you what, that's number 24, right, Garcia?
Yep.
That guy's good. Now, it isn't just, okay, that interception, I could have made that one, all right? The ball was thrown to him. It was a poorly thrown ball, hit Garcia. But when you look at all the things that Garcia has done tonight, his coverage, and there's at least twice that I've noticed that the reception was made and Garcia was there immediately to knock the ball out of there. So he's had a really good night. Now, do you have any idea what the penalty is?
I think it's going to be personal foul at the 38.
Now the
against
ball's
Hobbs.
laying at the.
We'll see, though.
Yeah, the ball's laid at the
We may
38.
or may not get an indication here. Last time he didn't that I saw. If he did, I missed it. I've got my eyes on him. Here we
Okay,
go.
here we go. Here we go.
Block in the back.
You know, I just hate to say it. I have a hard time. Okay,
2 block in the backs.
I can't see his signals very good.
Yeah, I can't either. I want to give him those big like flashlights at the people that bring in airplanes so that we could, you know, they're lit up. And see
His signals just aren't real clear, and the signal could be correct, but they're just not hard. They're a little hard to see.
2 blocks.
Anyway,
in the back.
there you go. Block in the back.
Hobbs at the 40. For their own 40. Way better than down at the 14. Here we go.
Ooh, boy.
Cross midfield to the Knight 48, gain of 12. I missed the start of the play, but that's Seamus Wright. I'm guessing on a running play.
Well, he trampled somebody over there. Did you see he just ran over somebody over there?
I missed that.
And that's number 21. He looks like a pretty big guy, too. And one of those defensive backs came up to tackle him. And, boy, I tell you what, he just bulldozed him and knocked him back and kept on going. That was a heck of a run.
I keep track of too much stuff, and these no-huddle offenses kill me. And I was looking down at the sheet when the play started.
Uh-oh. Now what?
We got a flag.
Well, you just have to take my word for it because Chef was looking down. But I'll tell you what, it was just one of those steamroller, boy. Here comes a guy up to make the tackle, and he just puts the tackler right on his back. So it's something against Hobbs. Hobbs already knows because they're already playing. Here comes a signal, dead ball, false start. So here we go. -5.
Hobbs has used up all my penalty room. They're at 90. I'm on the line 2 of
Oh,
penalty.
how many do they have?
90 yards
Ah.
by my count. Seems like all the games I've done this year have pretty high penalty totals. 1st and 15, back to pass. Mendoza fires it right side, dropped at the 47, right in the paws of Justice French.
Oh, boy.
And he forgot to catch it.
Should have had it. It was one of those comeback routes. He's running the sideline. He came back to the ball. The ball hit him perfectly in the hands. And it's just one of those things. He dropped it. We say all the time when I was coaching, you got to look the ball into your hands. Don't worry about what's your surroundings. Look the ball into your hands. It didn't happen. He dropped it.
2nd and 15 at the Hobbs 47-yard line. Junior Mendoza with 2 backs in the backfield with him. Calls for the ball. Fakes a handoff and keeps, gets a block, and he's into the second level. He's into the secondary. Big gain all the way down to the Oregon Mountain 30-yard line. That's a gain of 23 and a first down for Junior.
Yep.
He's got 6 carries.
Tell you what, he can run.
I don't like my new calculator. 135 yards.
But the play itself was good. The blocking back went left. The guy that might have caught the ball went left, the running back. Mendoza went right and got a big run out of it. Here's a deep pass.
Home run ball, incomplete, 2 yards into the end zone for Beatty, who is double covered. You know, when you buy a $2 calculator, sometimes you get what you pay for. I bought a $2 calculator for my statistical keeping, and I may have made a mistake.
Okay. Well, anyway.
It'd be kind of embarrassing to return it.
There's this, in Spanish they say, lo que barato cuesta caro. What's really cheap costs a lot.
1:44 to play third quarter. It's 37-6 Hobbs. Eagles at the Knight 31-yard line. Swing pass left side to Beatty.
Yeah.
Beatty gets a couple of blocks, and he's off to the races.
Yeah.
Good rally and a tackle at the 19. And Beatty goes down, and he's hurt.
Ooh, that's right on the sideline over there.
Gain of about 12.
Yeah. That's that quick screen over there again where you need a couple of blockers. You got a couple of blockers. He's running down the sideline, and it looked to me like he got tripped up real low. The tackler did not hit him high, hit him more low. And you know what? I think he is up. Yeah,
he might have landed on the football and knocked the wind out of himself.
That could have happened too. Anyway, I don't believe it's fatal. and he's up and walking around. It was a nice catch and a nice run for the first down.
Quick recovery makes me think wind knocked out of him. Gain of 12. 1st and 10 at the 18. Good snap. Handoff. Hill veers off to the left and gets yanked down by the shoulder pads. And among others is Joshua Belmontes, inside linebacker.
The Knights came with a little pressure, but it came from the field, and the ball was given off into the boundary. Turned out to be a nice run, and there you go. Turned out to be a good play. 2nd down at about, 4?
Yep, gain 6. Wright's in the backfield. He wants to go to the air, does Mendoza. Now he's going to pull it. This seems to be when he's more dangerous. He's to the 5, hit at the 2, shoved out of bounds. Nope, touchdown. He called it a TD late. So Mendoza's in.
Yep. He was looking to throw the ball left. He was aiming left. His eyes were left. Shoulders looked like he was going to throw left. And whatever happened left didn't work out for him. But so the right looked pretty good. And he took off down the right. He's a darn good runner. And I'll tell you what, he's hard to bring down, too. He's a good runner, but he's a hard runner, too.
147 yards and 2 TDs for him. Their best play is call a pass play and let him run.
Yeah, just let him.
I don't know that they're their best play, but it's a good play for him.
Yeah, he's something else. I like that. He kind of reminds me a little bit of what's his name? Davis, was that the guy?
Yeah, Zayden.
He reminds me of Jaden Davis. And now Davis right now is a second-team linebacker for NMSU. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I saw him last night in there.
Yeah,
down on the
and
inside the 20.
And he's a true freshman, and he's a quarterback. But this guy reminds me of him because, boy, that Davis was a running. He could run and he could hit and he could do all those things. And this Mendoza looks about the same way. And you got to give Davis a lot of credit because here he is. He came in. He's Martinez is gone. Another linebacker is hurt.
You're talking about the Aggies.
And I'm talking about the Aggies. The Aggie Martinez, who was the top linebacker, he's hurt but might come back. And so they're kind of running out of linebackers. And he's been playing as a true freshman and been holding his own.
47 seconds to play in the third quarter as Beatty, who was hurt just a couple plays ago, nailed the PAT. And it's 44-6, Hobbs with the lead with 47 seconds now to play in the third quarter. And here's the boot. Sails to the 10. Knights bringing it back. 15, 20. A little acceleration to the 30. Still going.
Yeah.
Piles being pushed.
Holy mackerel.
All the way out to the 39. Well, 38 looks like they're going to settle on.
He got hit. Looked to me like he got hit somewhere around the 30. And there was just a whole big pile of bodies. They were all pushing. You see it on TV all the time. You see all these bodies pushing one another. And they just kept pushing them, and he kept driving. And he got another 7, 8, 9 yards just on his own. Just hard run.
So the Knights have it up at their own 38. 44-6 Eagles.
Are we in the? Oh, we are in the
Running clock
now.
Yeah, should be a running clock once we get going here.
The clock should be running now, shouldn't it?
Don't know.
Well, it's
I'm not an expert on. One time I went to Clovis, and this is when Clovis was really strong. Gonzalez's pass is tipped incomplete. You got Zayden. I got Zayden on the brain now. But Mayfield was playing Clovis, and Mayfield went over opening night and mercy ruled him. And at the time, I don't think that the clock keeper stayed for the second half. I think he turned on the clock. And it didn't stop for anything, and nobody complained.
Yeah.
This is back when Clovis
was good. There was a time when Roanhouse was there. You remember Roanhouse?
This is still.
I remember Roanhouse. Boy, he was a tough coach and a good coach, and Clovis was top dog. I wonder. Well, let's go ahead and take the timeout right now.
Into the third, 44-6, Hobbs with the lead on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. 44-6, Hobbs leads Oregon Mountain as we begin the fourth quarter. The Knights have it at their own 37.5. Well, we'll call it the 38. I think it's got all of the 38 now that I look at it. It's lined up right about where we are. Gonzalez fakes it inside, pulls it, and Hobbs all over it. Gonzalez dropped for a 3-yard loss back to the 35-yard line. 12 carries, 30 yards for Gonzalez on the ground tonight. He's thrown for 113, a TD, and an interception. He's just a junior. Romeo Jones is a junior. Weir's a junior. McGill's a junior. He's one of their split receivers. So lots of juniors, lots of underclassmen for this Knight team. 3rd and 13 from the 35. Gonzalez drops to pass, setting up a middle screen pass, tall, leaping to try to catch it, and the defender takes him down. It's incomplete. That was intended for Avila. And it's 4th and 13. So it's 4th and 13 for the Oregon Mountain Knights at their own 35-yard line. Single safety for Hobbs back at the 35. Snap a little high. Punter handles it. Line drives it out of there. The returner grabs it on a hop back over at the 28. Has a good return going across the 40, across the 50, and all the way down to the Knight 46. So good job to get over to the ball. Mora.
Oh, who was it that ran the kickoff back for 77 yards? Was that him?
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Oh, okay. Anyway, they've had good luck. I'll tell you, that was a nice return. Now what do we got?
Shaken up player.
Oh, okay.
Over on the far
side.
side.
Oh, yeah, I see it over there on the far side, yeah. That's too bad. Hopefully it'll be okay.
10:23 to play in the game. Hobbs up 44-6. The score's the score, but the game feels like it's been a little closer played than that score indicates, for whatever that's worth. The Knights have given up the big play tonight. Kickoff return for a TD, a bomb for a TD.
Yep.
Stuff like that's happened, but over the course of the night, over the course of 70 snaps, the Knights have had their moments.
Yeah, they sure have. They just have no answer for the Hobbs quarterback, though. That's a problem. Running, and he's thrown the ball well, and that's the way it goes.
One of the linemen for the Knights, Toledo, who's a senior, was shaken up, and he's limping off.
Yeah, he's getting some help from the trainers, but he is coming off with help, so it looks like he'll probably be okay.
White lids for the Knights on their helmets, and Hobbs has black helmets tonight. Mm-hmm. 1st and 10 for Hobbs. Hobbs starts at the 44. Junior Mendoza hands off. Ball's on the ground at the 49. Who fell on it?
I think Hobbs got it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Falling on it for the Eagles was McCool, the quarterback that's in there. They got a new quarterback in there.
Yeah.
And he fumbled.
They were going to run a sweep. Everyone was coming this way, coming our way to the left, to the west. And but the ball, the players were all coming west, but the ball was on the ground. So something bad happened with the snap, but the Eagles got it back. Here we go.
And a handoff, nowhere to go. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 on the carry for the Eagles is Jesse Delson.
Yep, Jeff just said it. Help was kind of one of those things where you kind of look right, you look left, you tried this and that, and everything he tried was no good. The Knights really just clobbered him right at the line of scrimmage. So big distance play here. 3rd down and about 14 for the Eagles.
Yep, 3rd and 15 at the Knight 49-yard line. 3 wide receivers deployed. Shotgun for McCool, who's taken over at quarterback. He hands off. Hill gets to the second level, and he's still going. Wrapped up close to a first down at around the 35. Yeah, they gave him the 34, which will give him a first down. He got 16 when they needed 15.
Boy, just dive right up the middle. That's just all offensive line. Offensive line won the battle at the line of scrimmage. That's all there was to it. There was no lead blocker. There was no fake. There was no nothing. Just give the ball to the guy, see if the offensive line can make something happen. It made something happen. He wound up with the first down.
And that's not under your 3rd and 15 plays. They just went with it because they're up big, and it worked.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 34-yard line. McCool's going to keep, pulls it, and he's got some room to roam. Brought down in the secondary at the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
Making the tackle for the Knights was Caldwell, but a big gain for McCool, who does not have Mendoza's speed.
Well,
but he lumbered for these and picks up a good chunk.
It was a play itself.
Gain of 20.
What happens when it was a fake to the left? It was like the zone play. The inside zone to the left, keep the ball, come back to the right. And that play has worked no matter who the quarterback is against the Knights. The Knights are committing to the fake in that direction. And no one is back to look at the quarterback. Here we go.
Hill takes the handoff, gets behind left guard, and they push him back. He gets to the 9, gain of 4.
Yeah. So what it was is it's basically over pursuit to the fake. The ball is faked to the left, and the whole defense goes to the left, and no one is back on the other side, just kind of seeing what's going to happen if it comes back to him, and no one is there. They're just overcommitting to the fake, and quarterback is just running wild away from the fake.
2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line. Snap is good. Here's a handoff to Nelson. Nelson in trouble, and he's pounded down for a loss. Back towards the back end of the stick, so it's going to be 3rd and about 10.
Yeah,
that was Nelson on the carry, and he lost at least 3. Maybe
well,
4.
you know, they're putting in a lot of different people, which is good. You know, they've got the game won. It's 44-6. It's clock is just going, and they're kind of in let the game run out. It isn't. I don't believe that they're killing themselves to try to make a touchdown. If they get one, that's fine. But they're letting everybody get a chance to play.
Well, and they're using all the play clock. And,
yeah, they're using it all. They want the game over, and I'm sure the Knights want the game over too.
McCool hands off. Running up the middle is Hill. Breaks a tackle at about the 7, and he's into the end zone for a TD. Ran it up the gut, and Hill takes it in for a 12-yard TD.
Yep.
He's got 31 yards and 5 carries and a TD now.
Yep.
And that makes it 50-6. I was waiting for him to post it up on the scoreboard because the math was getting too hard for me. 6:25 to play in the game.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, the game's I don't know how to explain it. I don't feel like it's been a 50-6 game, but that's what the scoreboard says.
That's what the scoreboard says. Yeah. And
I mean, the better team's winning. The team
yeah,
that's playing
no
better winning. But I feel like the Knights have given a better account of themselves than the scoreboard is exhibiting. But you know,
they just kind of
PAT is good. 51-6 Eagles.
You know, they lost a little intensity down there. It's like there was nothing. It was just a dive, and I think the Knights are kind of thinking too. Let's get the heck out of here.
This is their last game of the year, by the way.
Yeah.
Too. So
anyway,
it's all over when it ends. Yeah, let's take a break. 51-6 Eagles. 6:25 to play in the game. Back after this.
You have 3 minutes to get to the Northwest concession.
$51-6. Hobbs with the lead. 6:25 to play in the game. Well, Hobbs looking for a bye in the playoffs in a couple of weeks. This is the last game for the Knights. Hawks have 2 left. Bulldogs have 2 left. Bulldogs go to Carlsbad and then take on the Hawks. The Hawks have Clovis here tomorrow. Then they take on the Bulldogs. The Trojans are on the road for the last two. Kick sails to the 11.
Look at
Here's
this.
a good return. That's Weir. Down the sideline, 40, 30, and banged out of bounds at about the Hobbs 25-yard line. Zeke Weir, he's only a junior.
Nice.
Heck of a receiver and a good return there.
Heck yeah, man. Nice job. He kind of took a peek to the field, like maybe he was going to go that way. Then he broke it down the sideline, and he got good blocking down the sideline, and a very, very big-time return. And the ball's going to wind up at, the 25-yard line. So, they've got an opportunity here. The Knights have an opportunity. They're not going to win the game, but they have an opportunity to score here. And, hey, it'd be nice. This is our last game. Get down there and score. Remember that you scored on your last game against a good team, and you scored. Go ahead and do it.
Weir goes wide to the left. 3 wide receivers come wide to the right for the Knights. Rodriguez, the widest back to pass, Jaden Gonzalez, and he's firing in the end zone. Double coverage, knocked down Weir.
Oh, yeah.
And the pass batted down in the end zone, incomplete. Flag flies at the 3-yard line. That's going to be assault and battery.
Yeah.
Interference, illegal contact.
That was everything.
Unsportsmanlike contact.
Getting mugged.
Actually,
He was mugged over there. It's good. You better check his wallet. Maybe someone took the water out of his back pocket too. Yeah, he was totally splattered over there in the end zone, and but it's going to be a.
Let's see which one they
50-yard
pick.
penalty.
It could be defensive holding. It could be pass interference.
Well, I would sure think for what we saw, it sure looked
Pass
like it was
interference.
Got to be. Yeah, now in the NFL, that would have been, what, do they put the ball in the 1 or the 2 when it happens in the end zone?
That works out nicely.
Yeah.
So another penalty against Hobbs. They've
Yeah.
had their share of those tonight. 105 yards and penalties for the Eagles. 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 13. Back to pass is Jaden Gonzalez. Gonzalez fires to the 3, and it's caught. Taken down at the 1 is Weir. He's a heck of a receiver. He's back next year. So is Gonzalez. So
Yeah.
gain of 11 from Gonzalez to Weir.
That was a great throw, too. Weir was running a sideline route, and there were two defenders over there, and he put the ball perfectly where the defenders couldn't get it. The only one who could actually catch the ball was Weir, and Weir did catch the ball and took it down to about the 1-yard line, right?
Yep, 4 catches for Weir tonight, including a 14-yard TD right before halftime.
Yeah. And is he the one that ran back that kickoff?
Yes. He's wide to the right here on 1st and goal at the 1. That's where they're going with it. Weir caught it. Then he pitches it to a lineman who takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Was that intended?
Brandon Olivas, the senior offensive lineman, takes the pitch from Weir and goes into the end zone for a touchdown. So they threw it to Weir.
Yeah.
They were tackling him at the 1, and he pitched it to the lineman coming, and that was by design.
Oh, I can't believe that. You think that was by design? There was no by design on that one.
I do think that was. I think that was planned.
Oh my God! I can't believe that it was by design.
And you would have thought the Knights just won the Super Bowl.
Well, what the heck? They deserved it, but I can't believe that was. I mean, I have never seen that in my life. A hook and lateral to a lineman. I've never on the goal line. I have never seen that in my life.
To Olivas.
Anyway, here we go. It all worked out. So they're going to go for 2. Here comes the night.
Penalty flag.
Oh, there's a timeout. There's a flag.
Illegal participation substitution violation against the Knights. They were running somebody off, so they must have had one too many on the field. And so they were going to go for 2 from the 3. Now this will be step them off. I don't know how far this penalty is. How many yards is illegal?
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
I think it's 5. Let's just see where they put it. Yeah, it's 5.
So that puts them at the 8. That actually,
if they're going to throw the ball, it helps them.
It actually opens up some room.
Yeah, it actually helps them.
Weir's not out there, though. Gonzalez, hands off, ball's fumbled, picked up by the Eagles. And the whistle's blow. That answers your question. They picked up a fumble.
Yeah, that
if that's a regular play, he's off to the races with a scoop.
Yeah. In college and all that, you could run it.
So the hitch and lateral to Olivas, the offensive lineman for the TD. 4:52 to play in the game. Eagles 51, Knights 12 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. To 12, the Eagles lead it. 4:52 to play in the game. The Knights with a 25-yard TD drive, and the score came from Olivas, the offensive lineman.
You know what? That was one of the more exciting plays we've seen the whole season. I'll tell you what, you'll never see that. Oh, they're trying for an onside. Hey, what happened there?
Ball's loose at the 41. It took that hop you want. Who has it?
Boy, it hopped just perfect.
Now some pushing and shoving after the play.
No, I think the ball wound up out of bounds, didn't it? Boy. Well, now what's going on now?
Onside kick recovered by Bradley Baby.
Hobbs recovered it, then there was pushing and shoving after the play, and then some mouthing off. I think they kept the flags in their pockets.
Yeah, best thing.
Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line.
They probably could have got somebody for unsportsmanlike there, but 4:52 to play in the game. I'm not down there having to hear it, so I'm all for playing on. But
yeah, I am too.
Doesn't mean that
keep them go. Let them keep.
It's different when you're standing right there and hear it going on. So Hobbs has it at the Hobbs 41. That onside kick took that bounce you want. That high hop after the bounce.
How big is 74 for the Knights?
They don't. Well, actually, that's the one guy they have a height for, and he's 6'5", it says.
Huh.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 41-yard line. Handoff. Going right. Turns it up on the sweep and dropped up at the 48-yard line.
Yep.
That's Jesse Nelson.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Nelson on the carry. Just a handoff. Nothing fancy, just a handoff sweep.
Got about 8.
Yep. Off to the right.
He's up 2nd and 2 for the Eagles.
4:27 to play in the game. Eagles 51, Knights 12, if you're just tuning in. Tomorrow night we've got Centennial and Clovis here at the Field of Dreams. A tune-up for the Hawks before they take on the Bulldogs a week from Friday for the probable district championship. But
sprint pass left.
The Hawks have to beat Clovis first. Coming to the left is McCool, and he turns the corner and is run out of bounds over on the Knight sideline over here. Mm-hmm. First down at the 45 after a gain of 6.
You know, I think McCool wanted to throw it. It looked to me initially like he did put the ball away, like he meant to run it. And then he got out there, he took a peek downfield, didn't see anybody, decided to tuck it. That's my feeling of it. I didn't think it was a called quarterback sweep, but that's the way it worked out.
Good snap. Play action. Pass right side. Receiver was standing there unaware. Yeah. Then he saw the ball on the way, reached out and caught it while he was kind of standing there indifferent to the world. That's an interesting play. Gain of 4 on the pass to Jaden Taylor.
Yeah. He just kind of did a little whirly deal there. It's kind of like Jeff said. It's like he was kind of standing around. Oh, my gosh, here's the ball. And he kind of whirled around, and very fortunately he caught it. That was kind of strange because anyway, it worked out okay. He caught it and picked up 4 yards.
2nd and 6. The ball's at the Knight 41-yard line. See if they've got a hitch and lateral to a lineman. Handoff straight ahead. They sandwich him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
They got him.
That's Nelson on the carry. Couldn't get a thing.
Tell you
the big guy's up front.
That guy is enormous. And they only have his height, right? What did you say his height was?
6'5".
I'll bet that guy's 350 pounds. Ah, he's big.
3rd and 6 for the Eagles at the Organ Mountain 41. McCool claps for the ball. Chest high snap. Fires it right side. Wide receiver screen shut down right now. Gain of 2. Making the stop was Caldwell for the Knights.
Yeah.
Making the catch, somebody not on the Hobbs roster.
I'll tell you, Caldwell did a nice job because there was a blocker that had a pretty nice block on the outside guy, and Caldwell came from the inside out behind that block and dropped him right on the spot. So it was a nice tackle by him.
Timeout Knights, 51-12 Eagles, 1:59 to play in the game on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. Welcome back, Jeff Matthews with Bob Sherman. What do we got here? 4th and 4. Good snap. McCool drops the pass.
Here comes pressure.
McCool
Here comes everybody.
Pressure, and he's sacked. It's a loss of 6. A whole bunch of Knights in there. The guy that getting off the bottom of the pile was Christian Campbell, the senior. Loss of 6 on the play.
I tell you, they decided to say, "Hey, let's go get them." It's kind of hard to set. I think there was like 7 of them in there. All it was black jerseys. That play didn't have a chance to start with. So anyway, here we go. The Knights are going to get a chance here.
Minute 48 to play, and they've got it at their own 45-yard line. This is their last game of the season. They won't make the playoffs at 2-8 in 6A.
I wonder why well, there must be some rule. I would think the clock would keep running, but evidently, maybe when there's a change of possession, the clock does stop, even though it's a running clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that nobody cares if the clock does run, other than maybe, the offensive coordinator in this situation. I've seen it.
Oh, we dropped it.
Yeah, snap, whistling back, drop, picked up, coming to the right, up to the 49. Gain of 4 for the quarterback, Jerry Tejas. They've put in their substitutes.
Yeah. Tejas dropped it, but he did. Fortunately, he did pick it up, and wound up getting 3 yards on the play. That could have been a total disaster, but it worked out for a 3-yard gain.
Tejas in at quarterback. Feels another low snap. Hands off. Coming right. 50, 49, 48, and taken down. Yep. Avila on the carry. No, that's Venegas. Venegas on the carry for the Nets.
Handoff sweep to the right. And
yeah, when I say people don't care if they run the clock, I mean, there are a few people that care, but I've been to games where the clock doesn't stop for anything. And I'm not saying they're running it right when they do that, but
you got a first
generally
down.
They leave the clock guy alone, however he administers the mercy rule. Handoff straight ahead, and they punch it for a first down. Well, close to a first down.
Yeah, they got a first down.
No,
40,
they didn't.
40 seconds ago.
4th and 1.
30, 35, 34. Clock's running.
It's 4th and 1 for the Knights at the 45.5. They need the 45 for a first down. Tejas, hands off inside. Now they got the first down. With the run was Kyler Peterson, and Peterson goes down at the 39. Gain of 6. Down to 15, down to 14, down to 13. They're getting in and out of the huddle. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, they might want one more play
Knights
of the
have
season.
2 timeouts if they wanted to use one to get the play off. Good snap. Handoff to Otis. Otis carries to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 3, and that'll be the last play of the game. The final score, 51-12. Hobbs defeats Argon Mountain on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard on Classic Rock 98.7 FM. So 51-12, the final on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. It's time now to give you the final stats. 435 for Hobbs, 256 in total offense for the Knights. Gonzalez throws for 2 TDs. Medrano threw for 1 TD. Weir caught a TD pass, and then he gets, I think, an assist on the second TD pass. They threw it to him at about the 1. He was getting wrapped up, and he pitched it to one of their linemen who took it into the end zone for a TD. And that lineman's name is Brandon Olivas, the senior, got a TD. And then the team got up and celebrated like they had just won the Super Bowl.
That guy will remember that the rest of his life.
Let's see. Leading ball carrier for the Knights turned out to be Jaden Gonzalez with 30 yards. The leading ball carrier for the Eagles was Medrano with 147 and 2 TDs. So those are the final stats. Time now to name our game restaurant, the game 1 and the game 2, the one on Espina and the one on Northrise.
You know,
the big play of the game.
They also have the one there that's the pool hall and all that on
Loman.
On Loman, and that's a pretty nice place. We've been there too, where they have pool and other little games and stuff there too. So they actually have 3 locations.